Hello, everybody. We're gonna be on in just a second, but I really need your help. Please let me know how everything sounds in the chat. Is the music too loud? Am I too loud? All that kind of fun stuff. We're gonna be crocheting some stuff for my mom for Mother's Day. She made a few requests, and I've got a few ideas, but I'm definitely gonna need the chat's help. So bring your best gnomish ideas, because we're probably gonna be doing gnomes a little bit again. My mom was like, I want gnomes and I want a snail. I was like, okay, I can do that. But we're gonna be on in just a moment. You know the dealio. Please like and subscribe down below. If you haven't checked out our new pinecone pattern, go check that out as well. And we're gonna be on in just a second. All right, see you soon. All right, Jimbo, let's rock and roll. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's Friday, 3 p.m.-ish. I'm a little late. Sorry about that. Hope you weren't waiting too long. Today, we are going to crochet some things for Mother's Day. My mom made a few requests of things she wants crocheted. I kind of give her that every year. I'm like, what do you want me to make you? Usually she wants flowers, but this year she didn't want flowers. I don't think she knows about these pine cones yet because I think she would have requested a pine cone had she known it. So I've got a plan though. What she did request was a snail. See, we have this new snail pattern out by Curious Papaya on the website, and my mom loves it. She thinks it's so cute. So she wants a snail. Now I'm thinking we have a few different options today because I definitely think she also, I don't think, knows much about the gnomes. So I was thinking it might be really fun to make another snail that's writing, or I mean, a gnome that's writing a snail. Yeah, right, Jimbo? Yeah, Jimbo agrees. But what also might be fun is to make it so that it's carrying like a pine cone in like a carriage. So my idea right now is to do a gnome riding a snail with a pine cone dragging a pine cone in a carriage behind it. I think that would be really cute. Now, the problem here is, hold on. Is there like multiple music going on at once? No. Okay. I was like, what is that sound? It's just the music. The problem is the snail takes a long time to crochet, and making a pine cone and making gnomes and making a carriage for it all, I just don't think we're gonna have enough time to do all of them today. So here's my compromise. I already have this snail made for her because I think this is like it's just a classic snail, really good. So what I'm thinking we'll do today is we start by making a gnome, and then we make a pine cone, and then we make a carriage for our snail. We add everything to our snail, and if for some miraculous reason it's not already 6 p.m. by the time we've made all the parts for our snail, then I'll make another snail for her. But I don't think that's gonna be doable realistically. I'm just trying to be realistic with our timeline here. So let's start with our most easy stuff first and then move on, and if we have enough time we'll make a second snail, but I don't think we need to. So we're gonna put this off to the side. Now, a few things to go over before we get started today. The first thing is there's a brand new pattern on the website for Perry the Pine Cone. It's a free tutorial, it's out now. It teaches you how to make a cute little pine cone. Look how cute that is. It teaches you how to make a cute little pine cone with a face. Look how cute that is. And it teaches you how to make your cute little pine cone into a pine cone pouch, which you can use to store dice or gnomes or whatever you really want into the pine cone pouch. And we'll also be learning how to make it into a gigantic pine cone, which you can also turn into a pouch. And this one I keep a bunch of little goblins in. It's really cute. I highly suggest you check this pattern out if you can. It is out now on YouTube. The abridged version of the tutorial is on YouTube. Please give it a like. Go give it a check. Let it play in the background, whatever. But give it a like. That would be really cool. It would help the video go better. I'm really proud of this pattern. I think it's really cool, so I really think you should crochet it. And so we're going to crochet a pine cone today. We're going to make a few gnomes, and then we're going to do a bunch of customizations. So bear with me there. Okay. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yes, if you like what's going on here and you think it's really cool and you want to support this channel, you know what, let's get to that in just a second. Let's start by talking about the materials that you are going to want if you want to crochet along with me. So, if you're crocheting with me, we're going to be using all worsted weight yarn in 100% cotton. We're using our special Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton yarn today. We'll be using a variety of colors depending on what we're making. We might use some alternate yarns for adding details, like adding facial hair for the gnomes, stuff like that. That was you, Nicole! Oh my gosh, Nicole. Did you hear earlier in this, there was the sound, that's so funny. So, whenever someone makes a purchase on Etsy, there's like a little sound that goes bloop on my computer, and it came through in the live stream, and I was like, oops, I forgot to turn off my sounds. That was you, Nicole. Thank you for your purchase. I really appreciate it. That's really cool. Thank you. And it's really funny that the sound actually came up on the stream. So thank you for your support, Nicole. That means a lot to me. Okay. So let's keep on keeping on. What was I saying? Okay, so we're using worsted weight cotton yarn today. We're going to use a variety of colors. You'll need a crochet hook, of course. We're going to be using a size G 4mm crochet hook, favorite size hook to use with the yarn we're going to be using. You also will need a darning needle. I like using a little crimped end darning needle like this to get in and out of hard to reach stitches. You'll need some scissors. You'll need some stuffing, some safety eyes. I'm not sure what size safety eyes we're going to use just yet, but we'll figure that out. And of course you're going to need the patterns. You can find all the patterns today at clubcrochet.com/woods. We also have a secondary pattern collection right now for Mother's Day, so you can find that at clubcrochet.com/mom. That's just a bunch of collection of patterns that I know my mom really likes, and they just make really good Mother's Day gifts, and they're quick and easy to make. So yeah, make yourself a Mother's Day gift today while you're joining the stream. That would be really cool, and let us know in the chat whatever you're making. Nicole said that she's just bought the rose and ice cream cone pattern. Are you gonna make those for Mother's Day? Maybe, I don't know. Rose would be a great Mother's Day gift. Okay, that's all the materials you need. That's how you get the patterns. What else? Oh yes, okay, if you like what's going on here and you think it's cool and you want it to keep happening, there's a whole bunch of ways to support this channel. The first easiest way is just like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with new videos. We do new ones every single Friday. We have a live stream. I have new patterns every week or every few weeks. There was a new pattern today on the YouTube channel. So just like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. You know the gist. What else? Oh yes, if you want to support us monetarily, that's really sweet of you. Thank you so much. This channel is completely supported by its community. So everybody that is a community member that has helped support monetarily, thank you so much. Nicole, you're the most recent one, so thank you very much, Nicole Maxwell. That was really cool of you. So if you want to support monetarily, there's a bunch of different ways you can do so. Probably the easiest, best way is with a Club Crochet membership. Members get early access to future patterns. They get access to the exclusive library of tutorials. They get downloadable PDF access, access to Lefty videos. There's a whole bunch of different things that you get with being a member. It is an extremely good value. It's $5 a month. You can get a free trial, cancel it at any time, and you get access to the entire library, and I add new ones all the time. So highly suggest you check out a membership. It's not only the best way to support me, but it's also, you get the most bang for your buck with a Club Crochet membership. There's other ways to support the channel. You can purchase kits and merch in the store. We have a bunch of different merch, like these cute little pins. We're actually running low on our dino pins, so get them while you can. I think we might have already sold out of our Bigfoot pins, so I need to restock on those. But yeah, there's a bunch of merch and kits in the store. We're working right now out of the Woolly Woods Deluxe kit. That's a giant seasonal kit with all the materials to make everything we've been making this season. And as you can already see in the background, there's a lot of things we've already made, and there's even more that we're still making. So yeah, please consider getting a kit supporting monetarily. The final way you can support monetarily is with a tip. If you think that I'm doing a good job, that's very nice of you. You can support the channel with a super chat or a tip at clubcrochet.com/tip, or by using the little dollar icon in the corner of the chat. If you tip today, we're going to add a little gnome or goblin to the background depending on what you want. If you want a goblin, if you want a gnome, and we actually already got one, so thank you so much, Tina. You're amazing. Tina is a goblin fanatic, so we are definitely going to add a goblin. We'll pull from the giant baggie of goblins here. And let's find a good goblin to add to our background for Tina. Oh, this one's great. Yes, yes, yes. I love this one. Okay, that one looks absolutely chaotic, and I love it. And it kind of matches, I think... No, you had the pink goblin last week, so it matches someone else's support goblin last week. But anyhow, we're going to add this to the background. By the way, this pattern for our Amigurumi goblins, I'm going to be trying to come out with this next week. So if you are interested in whatever this pattern is a very cool Amigurumi pattern that I've been working on for a long time, and I'm pretty much obsessed with. I've just been nervous to post it, but it's going to be coming out very soon. Tina, thank you so much for your support. We're going to add your little goblin right here on top of Perry's head. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. He's keeping me company even. Okay, I think that's everything we wanted to talk about. Let's stop yapping and get hooking. Let's start by actually just making, just a classic gnome. It'll be quick, get us into the rhythm of things, and start to get us a good vibe. And then we can start to figure some stuff out while we're doing that. One thing I really could use your advice on in the chat is I need suggestions on how you think we should make a carriage for our pine cone. And the reason I say that is because I'm trying to think, like, how do we make a carriage that is like, that looks like rustic and like a bunch of gnomes have made it. By the way, look at this. Jimbo got to me earlier. I got scritched. It's not that bad though. He got me a little bit worse right there. We have to give him goo. That's what I call it. It's like medicine. And he did not like it. So yeah, I got scritched just a little bit though. But yeah, I really could use some thoughts on how you think we should make a carriage out of like somewhat like not rustic, but you know, like handmade materials. That's what I'm looking for thoughts, because I was thinking a lot about it and I was like, you know, we could do I could make one out of like cardboard and yarn. Like definitely we could do something like that, but we could also do something like a lid of a something could be fun, or like something that a gnome would have scavenged. I think might be kind of cute and fun too. I don't know. I'm still kind of like noodling it. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Mushroom top as the body of the... Ooh, okay, wait. That... Now, Raish, that's a good idea. Thank you for the feedback, Coop. I will turn the music down. Actually, that could totally work with a new secret that I've been working on also. That could be really fun. You know what? I'll do you guys I'll do a solid here. I wasn't going to really share this early, but if we get enough likes on today's video, I'll show off a pattern that I've been working on this week that I think is really, really cool. I think Cooper would agree, because Cooper's been helping me with the pattern writing of it all. And I think it might work really well for this, for the carriage. Maybe. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, if we get to 50 likes, that's it. Just 50 likes. We're already at 25. But if we get to 50 likes, I'll give a little sneak peek for next week's pattern, and we'll kind of work off of that for today's design. Maybe. Maybe, probably. Maybe, probably. I do know, I guarantee my mom would love it. Like, no question in my mind. Oh my god, my mom would love this. So, it's good to know. It's a good idea. But let's just start by making a little tiny gnome. I'm pretty sure I remember how to make this pattern now that we've made a whole bunch of them. We could try using wood tied together with yarn. Yeah, Jazzy, actually that totally could work. We could also, maybe we could try like a bunch of toothpicks maybe are too small though. We could obviously crochet it. I was thinking like the wheels of the carriage would be buttons, and so we could do like, yeah, actually, man, I don't know. Cooper, what do you think here? I need your feedback, because, right, okay, that, yeah, I think Cooper knows exactly what I'm talking about. It would be a cool idea for a carriage, huh? I just don't know if I want to share it yet or not. Like, you know, because I was kind of trying to keep it a secret. I'm so bad at keeping secrets, you guys. I'm so bad at it. With things that I make that I'm really excited about. Hold on. I'm totally getting lost here. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's why, because I didn't increase too late. Okay, there we go. I'm so bad at keeping crochet secrets. I'm just terrible at it. I love what I make so much that I just want to share it all the time. But regardless, the pattern won't be out for a little bit. It's definitely still needs a lot of work. We need to test it out a bunch. I've been making a lot of changes to it, but you'll see it if we get to enough likes. So I should just keep my yapper shut for now. I think doing just a regular classic gnome is a great start because I don't think my mom has any of my little gnomes yet. So I think this is a good start to the gift. I will say my mom is extremely a big fan of cottagecore. She's got little gnome home and fairy gardens all over the place. So pretty much anything in this Woolly Woods vibe that we can make is gonna work out really well for her. So I'm about to leave tomorrow for a I'm going on a little camping trip. My cousin put on a Mother's Day like camping thingamabob this weekend. So we are going camping. I haven't gone camping in a little bit. So I'm excited, but I'm also kind of nervous. It's like a 5-hour drive, though. And I always think that's kind of funny. Like, driving 5 hours to go sleep on the floor is interesting. I do like love it, though. Oh, wait, what? If the pine cone is in the carriage, it might not be big enough, though. Yeah, we might need to do a customized... we might need to do, like, kind of like a customized carriage here. Which, honestly, that's not that big of a deal. I can make it work. Nicole, did I see Complicated Knots pattern yesterday? She made a very complicated pug. I did see that. I was like, dang, girl. Complicated Knots does it. She is so right with her name. Her patterns are definitely beautifully complicated, and I love it. It's really cool. Nicole, yes, check it out. Hi, by the way. Hi, Nicole. Yes, this is our giant pine cone bag. I call it, I guess it's like kind of like a pine cone purse or a pine cone pouch. And this one, I am just keeping a bunch of little goblins in it. What is this? Oh, it's a goblin with a helmet. That's right. I forgot that I gave some of them. I collect little Coke toppers here to add as little hats for some of my goblins. Eventually, I want to have like a whole army of these that I can set up to take over my neighborhood. Keep your secrets. Okay, let's go like these, and like these, like these, and like these, and like these. Shrink. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been not great at keeping secrets when it's something that I'm really excited about. So, like, I'm good at keeping other people's secrets, but if it's something that, like, I made or, like, a gift that I bought someone, I'm so bad. I'm like, can I show you something I bought you? Hey, Jules, can I show you a gift that I got you? And she's like, is it for Christmas? And I'm like, maybe. And she's like, Louie, it's May. That's far away. And I was like, I know. Can I just give it to you now? All right. So there's the hat. Now we need our bash yarn. A little bit of bash yarn. So how has your guys' week been? What's everybody been up to? Anybody make anything fun this week? Doesn't have to be crochet, but if it was crochet, I'd love to hear it. What have you guys worked on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. I worked on... Let's see. I worked on a lot of different things. Like I was saying, I made a new pattern that I'm really excited about. I also worked on a few of our past patterns and future patterns to come out soon. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to single crochet in that same stitch, I think. Yes. And I worked on my game. I've been kind of developing a new game that I'm not really ready to share yet, but I've been working a lot on it because I'm really excited about it. Sometimes for me, and I think I'm not alone in this, but for me, when I get really excited about a project, I have a really hard time not working on it. And so the other week, or I guess a month ago now, I came up with this idea for a new game, and it's just been snowballing in my brain. And so I've really been putting too much effort into it, and I want to get it out for a playtest very soon. So I'll keep you updated on when I open a playtest for this. But it's a really fun idea, and I'm really excited about it. So I've been kind of putting a little too much effort in it, to be honest. I probably should chill out and work on my other stuff. But yeah, the problem right now is that Lava Run, that's my last game that I just made. We're still waiting for it to be sent over from we got it manufactured, and we're still waiting for it to send over, but the tariffs have really messed us up. So it's kind of really frustrating because I can't really do anything at all about it. I just need to sit here and wait and hope that things get better and things are easier. So in that time of just waiting for probably just bad news, it's hard to just focus on that when I can't do anything about it. So it's nice to have an alternative project, especially in the same world, like a game, to kind of convert my energy to, and keep my motivation machine working. Sometimes that motivation machine can be difficult to keep fueled if you are focusing on the same thing for too long, I find. Am I on the right stitch count? That's a good question, Louie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are Gucci Stanley Tucci. All right. Whoa. Okay, wait. We have some really good answers of what you have been making this week. So let's start with Kristen said that they're working on a Lord of the Rings crochet. Very cool. Lotta made some of our dinos. That's awesome. Blair, you made 2 dragons. That's wild. What dragon patterns did you use? I love a good crochet dragon pattern. Cooper has been making a bunch of gnomes for their mom. That's adorable. Yes, Cooper said. Cooper told me the other week that that their mom is obsessed with gnomes, so they're very excited about all these gnomes we've been making. Johan, sorry. Johan made a hobgoblin. Heck yes, dude. I was just thinking about hobgoblins yesterday, actually. I love my little hobgoblins. I haven't made one in a while. I was actually thinking about how many hobgoblins I've probably made in my life, and I've probably only made 10. They're pretty big projects. I mean, for me, because I'm usually making these itsy bitsy ones. But I think I've only made 10 hobgoblins ever. Isn't that wild? That sounds crazy to me. I think it's about time to make another hobgoblin. Even though we just made one for my birthday not that long ago. All right, color green. We're keeping this gnome classic. And we're going to trim that end too. But I've probably crocheted easily over... I think I've hit 1,000 goblins that I've crocheted. That's how many goblins I crochet. I crochet let's see, I've been making them now for 6 or 7 years at least. I've been making goblins. And I would say I make probably at least on average 5 or so a week. What does that math out to? I think, and honestly, I think that's on the low end. Sometimes I make like 30 goblins in a week. I'm going to say I probably made around 1,000 goblins, which is pretty cool. Got a lot of them. Almost enough to take over the entire world. You used the pattern from Loops and Knots. I have not heard of them. But how dare they use the name Loops? All right, 1, 2, 3, forward. We can add our arms now. Doesn't look like much, but we're actually already more than halfway done with our little gnome here. As long as I don't goof up another stitch. Man, so Jimbo got me real bad last night. We were playing, and he like chomped on my finger. Doesn't look that bad, but it does hurt. I'm not gonna lie. And I was worried actually. I was like, oh boy, I hope this doesn't hurt while I crochet. So I gotta make sure my finger's out of the way, because every now and then I've been hitting it with my crochet hook, and that do not feel good. It do not feel good on my fingy. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and our next arm right here. All right, we'll do the next round also because it's nice and quick before I add my eyes and stuff. We really just need to add eyes today, and then we'll do the beard after it's already sewn shut. Celia, I know, I do. I need to reach out to Complicated Knots. Yeah, we need to make a collaboration together. I did see the pug. I love how like perfectly pug wonky it looks. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like pugs are supposed to look a little gooby, and I think she did a very good job at doing that. I just barely saw it earlier on Instagram, I think. All right, so we got that going there. Now let's add on just a couple little eyeballs. Nothing too crazy. 1, 2, und the back. Bop, bop. People had some pretty good suggestions. Last week I posted a reel asking for more suggestions for new like gnome jobs, basically, like gnomes we can make for little gigs. You know, like I made last week we made Aurora, who's like a crystal consultant, I think I said, and what did I say that her job was in the short? Crystal consultant and celestial guide, I think that's what it was. And then I made we made this dude last week, probably my favorite gnome yet, Zephyr, who's like a steampunk gnome, and we said that his job was I think director of tinkering or something like that. He looks like someone that definitely tinkers really well. And some people had some good ideas, like a gnome miner and a mushroom forager. I think those are some pretty good suggestions for gnome jobs. But if you have any other ideas for like, what's a good job for a gnome? Might be fun to give us some ideas for future gnome live streams. Caitlin, are our kits available to ship to the UK? They sure are. Thanks for joining. Yes, I definitely, we definitely can ship to the UK. I'm sorry, I think I said the US, but I meant the UK. And yes, we can ship to the UK. 2 and 3, and then our last leg. All right, we're just about actually done with our little gnome already. We just got a few more stitches here, and then we need to stuff it and add a beard. But other than that, we're good. I think we should do a really fuzzy beard for this one. It's really fun when we use fuzzy yarn for the beards, I find, rather than just using like regular yarn. I mean, regular yarn is also really cute though, and not too complicated, but we got some fuzzy yarn with me, so might as well use that. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this. We definitely want to add magnets to their bum. That is going to be very important for our gnome here because he's going to be riding on a snail. So we need to have a magnet so that he has something to stick to. I don't want to sew it onto the snail. I just want to keep it like relatively loose. But once we're done with this guy, we got to make a pine cone. I think what we're going to do with our pine cone today is we'll make it relatively normal, but I think I'll do a nose like we did last week because I think that was really cute. So we'll try that. Honestly, the pine cone's really quick. I kind of want to try to speed run the pine cone just to see how fast we can make one. And hey, we're only 9 likes away from a reveal of a future pattern / maybe something we're kind of going to use today a little bit. I think we're going to like it'll be customized heavily, but maybe in the future we'll come out with whatever we make today as a pattern. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to add a few of these little magnets. I think normally I only do 2. We'll do 3 today just to keep them really strongly attached to to our little harness. I think that'll be pretty good. Hey, we got 64 people watching right now. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please like down below. We're aiming for only a few more likes to unlock a sneak peek at a future pattern. All right. All right. Nice. Okay. So we got our gnome's body all sewn shut. I'm going to pull down the hat in just a second, but before we do that, I want to add some facial hair. Let's do just like... Actually, let's use this fuzzy yarn. We don't need very much, maybe like that much. Normally I double it up, but because this yarn is so fuzzy, we could just use a little bit. This is the yarn we used for Zephyr's face last week, our little guy right here. So I think this is a good yarn for making a beard. What yarn is it? I don't know. I think it's like a... I think it was called a yarn called Buttercream that was made by Joanne Fabrics, so it does not exist anymore. I believe it was a mix of a... I think it was a alpaca mix with something else. I think, but honestly, I'm not really sure. It's so crazy soft. This yarn specifically that I'm using right now, I'm sure is over a decade old. I bought this in, I think I bought this in high school. What about a name? That's a great question. We need a name for our gnome. Give us some gnome name suggestions, Blair. Let's see. We need, if someone knocks it out of the park, we'll just name it that. But if you can give me some good ideas, we can choose our 4 favorites and we can vote on them. Unless someone gives me a really, really good name right off the bat, in which case, you know, we gotta jump on a good name if we get one. All right. All right. And then our little mustache. A little bit of a mustache is all we need. Maybe we will double up the mustache. Maybe I was wrong about not wanting to do double things up. Let's see. It's not bad. Did I not lock these eyes in? No, I did. They're just getting all wonky and weird. We can fix that. Okay. Do we double up the mustache is the question. Yeah, let's do it. We'll double it up. Okay. And then over to this side. We'll go under the ear there. Oh wait, we want to double it like we did on the last one. Nomeo, Noster, Angelo, Noner, Rodney, Rigby. I'm liking these names. Noper. I like Noper. I like names with an N because then we can do like a GN instead. So like Gnick. Or yeah, like Noper. Nomeo. Yes, Nomeo's a great name. Alright, that's pretty good. And we'll go ahead and double knot this. Whoop. Whoop. And there we go. Let's go ahead and stuff that in there. And we'll fix up our hat just a little bit. I always like to unfold the hat, basically, because it kind of folds itself up when we're making it. So I fold it back down. And there's our little gnome. All right. So we got our gnome to ride on the snail. We'll go ahead and place them in the background right here. And let's start working on, well, first we need the name. So let's go ahead and I'll do a vote for our name really quick. I think we got a good name suggestions here. Name, I'm going to say name our gnome. And we got, I'm going to do some editing liberties here and just add some G's where they're not supposed to be. Ooh, I love that name. Good last name suggestion there, Tina. Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea, Zoe, but maybe not for this one because he doesn't really look like a poisonous gnome. But I really like the job suggestion. I'm going to say that out loud in just a second, too. Let me just finish writing this down. We need one more name. Let's go with... Oh, I like that. Blair. Last second edition. I love it. Here we go. All right, so there's our name suggestions for our gnome. We're going with either Nomeo, Gizmo, Nestor with a G, of course, and Nimmy with a G, of course. So go ahead and vote now. I'm gonna go. I think I like that one. Oh wow, I'm not alone. Okay, cool. I'm glad. All right, let's start working on our pine cone. The pine cone, actually, you're gonna be surprised. Very quick to make. So we are just gonna crochet it up really quick, and we're gonna time ourselves. I wonder how fast I can make this. I think we can make it pretty quick. By the way, Zoe's idea was a not Gnossius, the poisonous gnome. And I love that. Maybe it's less like the gnome itself is poison and more like the gnome is a purveyor of poisonous mushrooms or something, you know, like they collect poisons. Maybe they have like a little poisonous tree frog as their pet. Okay, that's actually really a fun idea. If I finish this in time, we'll make that because that's really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I won't finish this in time though, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Hey, only 3 more likes to get to unlock a preview of a new pattern, which I will I'll have to go grab for us, but that's all right. All right, we're timing ourselves too. So it's currently for me it's 3:48. I would say I started probably at 3:47. So that's our timeline. and I'm going to do my best to not get distracted by the chat too much as I make this. But honestly, as we get going here, once we get to, there's a few rounds here that are just like single crocheting, single crochet, single crochet. So once we get to those ones, I'll probably just pay a little bit more attention to the chat. Oh shoot, you know what? Maybe I need to also... Nestor is such a good name. I should also probably should pull up the pattern for this. Wait, boom. And then we're cutting into our time here, but that's all right. Oh, also, if you didn't know, we are currently... You're gonna do it if I don't? I'm cool with that, dude. We can both make one. We can make twins. We can make... Oh, let's make long lost brother Zoe. We'll both make a gnome that's obsessed with poisonous mushrooms and has a little poison tree frog. And they'll be brothers, and maybe even the frogs will be brothers. I think that's a really good idea. That's such a fun idea. Okay, so a few things I wanted to talk about for the website that is kind of newish news. I've talked about them in the past, but it'd be nice to mention them again. The first is we are actually currently in the search for a new website developer to add to the team. So if you or someone you know is a website developer and looking for a good job, send them our way. You can find more information at clubcrochet.com/jobs. We are interviewing right now, and yeah, so that's the first thing I just wanted to mention really quick. Just get the word out there. Hello, Crochandro. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. The other thing I wanted to mention was something else. What did I also want to mention? Oh, yes, we have a new feature on the website. This is, I guess, technically like a few weeks ago now, but we have a new feature where you can submit a picture of your completed project at the bottom of selected patterns right now, and your picture will be added to the actual pattern itself. So if you go to our new pinecone pattern, for example, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a little section that says Community Showcase, and you can post a picture there in the Community Showcase of your finished project, and it will populate just a collection of everybody's pictures. We only released it right now on the patterns from Woolly Woods, so we're going to extend it to the rest of the website soon. I just wanted to test it out a little bit. 3, 4, and then 5, 6 right here. So yeah, that's my little shout out there. If you want to give that new feature a test and show off some things that you've made, either in the Woolly Woods season or in a different pattern. I know we have them also open for the Triceratops pattern, for example. You could be the first person in the showcase, which would be kind of cool. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 and 7. I think we're going to 21. Yeah, we are. Cool. Yeah, 6 and 7. Oh, that rain sounds really nice. It's not raining here. It's actually really hot. Weather's been so weird here in Southern California. I mean, I feel like weather everywhere is really weird right now, obviously, but it's definitely been strange right now in Southern California. We've had it was like raining last week, not even last week, like 3 days ago it rained, and then today it's hot. It's like, oh, it's so hot, and that's no fun. All right. Okay. Now it's just single crocheting. I think we'll do one round of regular single crochets. What color should we make the nose, chat? Let's see. Our options would be, we could do forest green, we could do red, we could do brown, we could do... Well, no, we couldn't. I don't think we should do brown. 4, 5, 6, 7. Just want to make sure we're on count. We are. We could do blue. We could do a blue nose. That might be kind of fun. A red nose would be nice too to keep a like consistency, but it might kind of like, you know, blend in with everything else. So maybe purple? I think like a purple or a blue, like a color that contrasts the rest of them, you know? Kristen, it is cold over here on the East Coast. Cold. Wah, wah. That's where on the East Coast you at? Blair thinks we should do blue. Cool. I'm kind of with you there, Blair. 2, 3. We're gonna need to choose that in just a second. So if you got any other suggestions in the chat, go for it. Otherwise, we're going with Blair's suggestion. And my mom likes the color blue, so I think she'll like that too. Reminds me of, sometimes these little guys, especially when we add the noses, remind me of, ooh, pink actually could be kind of cute too. They remind me of Zumbinis. Anybody know what a Zumbini is? It was like a computer game I played when I was in like elementary school. And it was kind of like a logic game where you're consistently trying to like figure out like what Zumbinis to send and why certain Zumbinis. It's kind of confusing, honestly, to explain. I don't know how to best explain this. Essentially what it is you have like a little team of Zumbinis that you build, like you make them first. And then you go into a here, we'll use this blue. It's not the same yarn, but I think that's okay. You go into a like on an adventure with your little team of Zumbinis that you've made. And hold on, we're gonna do, I think I'll just do a regular bauble. I was gonna do bulky, but I don't think their nose needs to be that big. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think blue's a good color choice. Ooh, loud motorcycle driving by. So anyhow, in Zumbinis, what you do is you build a bunch of these little characters, right? And then after that, you start going on a big adventure, and you end up at at a bridge, with this like troll that, like the bridge is kind of like made out of a troll kind of thing, and you'll send a Zumbini across one of the bridges, and the troll will either decide like, yes, you're allowed to go over this bridge, or no, I'm going to send you back to the start. And you got to kind of figure out why certain Zumbinis are allowed across and why certain Zumbinis are not. Like, it'll be like, oh, well, this bridge, you can only send Zumbinis with mohawks on. And you'll be like, okay. And you figure it out by, like, process of elimination. Honestly, it's a cute game. I like it. It definitely reminds me of, like, it's got big nostalgic vibes now, but anyhow, that's what these kind of remind me of. Ooh, I like that, Jazzy. I wonder if we can make like a little pinecone bag for a poison gnome that has like their little potions and stuff. I like that idea though. I think we can make something work with that. Now I'm all excited to try to make a poisonous gnome, but we got other work that we got to do first. So we'll have to do our poison gnome later. All right, we're doing pretty good on time, I think. It's been 10 minutes. We're already, honestly, we're probably like 1/3 of the way done. So, yeah, I told Jules, I think I can finish one of these pine cones in about 30 minutes because it's really not that complicated of a pattern. It's shockingly simple. I think once you start making one, you're like, oh, wow, that's actually easier than I thought it was going to be to make. At least I hope that's the kind of vibe that it gives. we finally decided what next season's going to be too. I'll tell you what, I'll save that to the very end of the live stream, but I'll announce the new name of our next season's kit at the end of the stream. I will say the name of the kit itself is kind of up in the air. I have some ideas for the names, and one idea that I really like, but I also thought of another one last night that I think was pretty good too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I believe that's 6. Yes, okay. But I'm excited. Originally, we were going to do like a stitched season for our next deluxe kit, but I realized that I'm just not ready for that right now because there's like, I want to get like the board game made and stuff with that season, so I'm just not prepared as much as I thought I was. So we're going to have to come back to that. But we do have a plan, which is exciting. Okay. Let's do big eyes for this. Last time we did, I think, 8mm eyes for this guy in the background here. I want big eyes. I want like a 10mm eye. Which I think these ones are 10s. Yeah. I think these eyes will be really cute, you know? So let's keep the eyes looking inwards still, you know, just like the normal face does. Or I guess this one kind of looks outwards, which is pretty cute too. But now let's just try to make it, we'll try to make it so that they're looking more towards the center of the face. I've got this little sharp one that we can use here. I just poked my side with it like a doofus though. But the point of this, haha, literally the point, get it? Ha, oh my gosh, I'm so funny. Anyhow, the point of this is to create a little bit of a gap in the bobble stitch here, like that. I usually use my crochet hook like this, but you want to create a little gap so that when you place the eye in, it knows exactly where to go, and it doesn't accidentally split some of your yarn. That's cute. That's cute. That's what we in the biz call cute. All right, and then we'll do another one over here. I'm going to try to make it a little bit closer to the side than I normally do, just so that it's a little bit easier to like look the same direction as the first eye that we made. So try that and see how this one goes. Oh yes! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, Pygorb. That's cute. I love it. All right. I think we should keep the pine cones relatively simple. I was thinking maybe we should add like a hat to it, but I think the idea with this piece that we're making right now is going to be more of like just a cute thing that my mom wants to put on display. And so maybe we keep the hats, you know, we keep it simple. 1, 2, and then 3. Is that correct? No, it's 1 and then decrease. That's what it is. That's what it is. 1 and then decrease. Huzzah! Huzzah! So I've been a little obsessed this week with a YouTube channel called, well, the YouTube channel is called Tom Bates, I think, but he makes a little series called Nigel and Marmalade, and it's really cute, really silly. Yeah, it's a little graphic, honestly, so if you're like a kid, don't watch it, but I think it's very funny, and just like, I like the vibe. And I've been thinking a lot about it, and I was like, man, I want to make a series like that. And I think it'd be really fun to do a fun little series of, like, gnomes going through a forest and discovering things and making it really silly and animated and fun. But using our crochet. I don't know, I've just been thinking about it a lot recently, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. So, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw something like that from me soon. Let's see, do we want to add anything special to our little pine cone here on the inside of them? Nah, I don't think we need anything. The face is looking like ultra mega cute though. Look how cute that is. Ultra mega cute. I just want to snuggle it. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we're not going to make this closable right now. You know, like normally you can add like the pull tie thing I was showing you to make this into more of a pouch. But I don't think we really need that today. We haven't done a giveaway in a long time. I don't think I'm prepared for it today, but I think maybe next week we'll do a giveaway. We'll see. Let's see. Maybe we should make like a stretch goal for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are good. Oh, I want to add a bobble stitch at the end here for the stem of the pine cone. I always forget that part. 1. That's pretty easy. 2 and 3 like that. Okay. We'll cut the yarn. Let's go ahead and stuff it a bit. Yeah, let's see. Hey, we got enough likes to do the share. Cool, let's do that. You know what? Let's do this as our goal. If we can get to 100 likes, we'll do a giveaway next live stream. I think that's nice. You know, it gives us another stretch goal. So just shout out again and chat. Keep everybody on knowing the dealio. We're going for 100 likes to unlock a giveaway for next live stream. 100 likes, giveaway next live stream. 100 likes, giveaway next live stream. That's a good goal. And if anybody in the chat wants to keep everybody like aware of that so that anybody that new shows up can be aware of it, let them know. Because you know me, I'll remember every now and then, but I'll probably forget a lot too. All right, looks like we got a little bit of extra threads here from when we made our gnome. So maybe we can use these as our stuffing inside of our pine cone here. Save on stuffing. Hooked on phonics. Yeah, we'll probably do, if I do a giveaway next stream, it'll probably be a little game too, which would be kind of fun. Like, guess the Amigurumi in the pine cone kind of thing. I love this song. Anybody find any fun musicians or artists this week? Or watch any cool shows that you'd like to share with the class? Oh, cool. Jillian, what have you been painting? Jillian's painting today. That's fun. What are you making? All right, I think I might have overstuffed it just a little bit, but that's okay. It's all gonna get hidden in the when I make the scales anyhow. I haven't painted in nearly long, like it's been a long time since I painted. I used to paint all the time though. I've made like a bunch of Bob Ross paintings. I used to paint when I was a kid, when I was in high school. I wasn't really a kid, but when I was in high school, I used to paint, I called them raptor kittens. And they were raptors that also look like cats. And I would do like crazy elaborate paintings of these. It was a lot of fun. All right, so there's our little stem. Go ahead and cut this. And then we have our pine cone's body all made. Looking pretty cute. Looking like a pine cone that got attacked by a squirrel. And now we can add on all of our deets. All of our little deets. So we go like this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No, let's use the brown that we have been using so that maybe we can use an entire ball today. Oh, I lost it again. Time for a sip of coffee too. Ooh, Grey's Anatomy. Oh my god, you've been on a Grey's Anatomy kick? Wow. Now that is a blast from the past for me. I used to watch Grey's Anatomy, like, religiously in college. Me and my roommate, Sarah, used to watch it all the time. I think I got to, like, season 7 or something, but I feel like there's 50 seasons of Grey's Anatomy now. I don't know. How many seasons of Grey's Anatomy are there? Gosh, I remember some big plot points of that show, too. Yeah, wow. Is Grey still on the show? Is Dr. Hunk or whatever his name, whatever they call him, Dr. They call him gosh, Dr. Handsome or something. There was 2 of them. I would be shocked if either of those actors, the extra handsome actors, are still on the show. Probably have new people now. There's 21 seasons now. Oh my god, that's wild. That's so. Oh my. You know, good for them. That's crazy, and it's still on, huh? That's crazy. You know, if you got something good, beat that dead horse. No, that's really cool for them. I'm glad they've had that. That's crazy. That's like a straight up soap opera then. I mean, I guess it was always kind of a soap opera. I don't know why, but it always gave the vibe that it wasn't a soap opera a little bit. I think it was just like the quality was different than a soap opera. Like soap operas have this quality of like smoothing. I feel like Grey's Anatomy didn't really have, but I don't know. I feel like if anyone is still on the show, will end up being a spoiler. That's good to know. Grey is still sort of in it. Okay, interesting. And there's too many spoilers if you aren't past the double digits. Okay, good to know. Krishandra's just on season 1. Man, there is one big, and I'm not going to say what the spoiler is at all, but there's one big event that happens, I think, in the first, like, 3 seasons or something. That was, I remember being like, what? But man, it has been such a long time since I've watched that show. How are we doing on time, by the way, for this? We started this at 3:48. It is 4:12. Hey, you know what? I kind of farted around a little bit, but it looks like we can almost finish this in about 30 minutes, which is pretty cool. A nice quick crochet. And now we'll have the gnome and the pine cone finished, so we can start focusing on all of our additions. Probably, actually, the next thing we can focus on is the carriage and maybe the harness. Luckily, we have actually a crochet pattern now for the harness and little bags that we can add to our snail. So maybe we should do that first, and then we can start working on our carriage. But I'll still show you off the little secret thing that I promised after I finished our pine cone here. So just a little bit longer. There we go. Ooh. I do find in these pine cones that it starts to hurt right here. Isn't that weird? It's like, it like hurts my, or like maybe it's right here, because I'm like holding it like this. So it's like I'm using a muscle I don't normally use. Isn't that funny? There's probably so many of those in our body. Just these muscles that are like there when we need them, but You just don't even know that they exist until you really start using them over and over, and then you're like, ow, what the heck? Yeah, hi, Jimbo. Jimbo, you want to say hi? Hold on, buddy. Don't eat the yarn, though. You're eating the yarn. I can feel it. Yeah, you are. Hold on. Let me finish this scale. Okay, you want to say hi? Yeah. Come here. Oh. Say hi. Hi, Jimbo. Want to say hi to chat? You smell like pancakes. You want to tell them why you smell like pancakes? No? Okay, I'll tell them for you. So Jimbo's on the special goo right now for, he's been really sneezy. So we give him this little goo that tastes like maple syrup. And for some reason, cats really like it. I don't know why. He loves it. But now, sometimes he spits up all over himself. Not like he doesn't like spit up. He just doesn't all get into his mouth. And then it gets into just his like fur right here. And then he smells like pancakes. And it smells really good, actually. Pancakes would be a really cute name for a cat. Okay. Be free! Be free, Flapjack. My little Flapjack boy. I think we might have finished our first music. We certainly did. We certainly did, Jimbo. Let's do, cozy Zelda music? That sounds good. That'll be nice. Hey. We are not chomping on the yarn, though. No, we're leaving it alone. We're not chomping on the yarn, though. No. We're gonna leave it alone. That's a beautiful song, right, bud? Oh my gosh, I love it. Jimbo just loves to like flop and he's just so cute, you guys. All the time, though. He's all the time cute. You can't stop him. I think this is a funny thing that happened this week. So Jules has been really doing a lot of music recently. By the way, if you don't know, Jules is my wife. And Jules has been making a lot of songs recently and doing a lot of open mics and stuff, and it's been really exciting and really fun. So the other night she went to an open mic, and I couldn't go because I had things that was going on. But I was like, you know what? I want to work on some music stuff too. And so I worked on the Jimbo rap, and I think I finally finished it. And I have this great verse to finish it up, and I just really like it a lot. It's so simple. It's so silly. It's just a stupid long rap. It's like straight up 4 minutes of rap about my cat. And honestly, the flow is good. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of it. So my next goal is to go on like Fiverr or something and find someone that can rap it for me that is good. That actually knows how to rap. The lyrics are great, though. I'm really proud of it. I wrote a new verse that goes like, they call me Motorboat Jim. I'm all fat, no skim. Ain't driving a Lambo, still going brim brim. That's the sound of the purr as you search through this fur. Now get off of your butt and come open the dirt. It's so funny to me. Oh, it's so silly. Are we going to end the vote for the gnome name? Yeah, that's a good idea. We can end that vote in just a second. We need to name our pinecone too. So maybe some good names for a pinecone. Honestly, the name for this pinecone could be kind of anything. Maybe here, I know what we'll do for this pinecone. I feel like this pinecone should be a girl. Give us in the chat your mom's name. Go post your mom's name if you want to. You don't have to, obviously. Gizmo. Wow, I'm actually really surprised that Gizmo won. Like, really surprised. I thought it was going to be Nestor. Cool. So we got Gizmo here. This is Gizmo now. I think it'd be really cute to give our little pinecone the name of someone's mom from the chat. So if you want to, if you're open to it, post the name of your mom or a motherly figure in your life that you feel would be a good name for our pinecone here. That might be kind of fun. And we'll just choose 4, and I will throw it in the vote, and people can vote on that. Oh my gosh, your mom's name is Bobby? That's so cute, Cooper. That's a really cute name. My dad's name is Bobby. That's cute. Adeline. Warren says Gil. I like that. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and throw some of these in here for the vote. Name our new pine cone. I love that. Love that. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard to narrow this down. I'm not even going to narrow it down much. I'm just choosing them based on just the first ones that I see here. Because, you know what? I was going to do Rosemary Susanna. I like that name a lot, but my mom's name is Mary, so I think she might be kind of like, I don't know. I guess, I don't know what I mean. Panera? Cool. All right, I just chose 5 of the names pretty much at random. And go ahead and vote now. Those are our name suggestions for our pine cone. We got Liz, which I like Liz. That's such a cute name because it's short for Elizabeth, they said. I like that. I think that's just such a classy name. We got Adeline. Love the name Adeline. That's such a cute name. I feel like Adeline's just like gonna always be a cute name. It feels fun to say too, Adeline. We got Karima. I don't think I've ever heard the name Karima before, and I like it a lot. And then we got Carol. Carol's actually Jules' mom's name, so that's why I put that one on there. But someone did suggest it. It wasn't just off my brain. It's my mother-in-law's name, I should say. Oh, speaking of which, I need to make sure to call her tomorrow too. Hey, if you're on an iPhone, I have a fun task for you, just so you don't forget. You can now schedule texts on your iPhone. It's a new feature, as long as you have your phone updated. So here is my request for the chat, or anybody watching this right now. Schedule a text right now to your mom or to a motherly figure in your life to go out on Mother's Day. What day exactly is tomorrow, right? Or is it Sunday? Sunday. Okay, so schedule a text right now to go out on Sunday to a motherly figure in your life. That way you don't forget, and it can go out, and you'll be a good child. Go do that. Or just remember. That would be good too. I'll post something on the YouTube, like, what's it called? I'll post something on the YouTube community page about Mother's Day on Sunday, just to remind everybody too. All right, this part's kind of hard. is adding the scales that are just over the eyes. How are we doing on time? Okay, I've kind of wasted a decent amount of it on a Jimbo and stuff. But we're still not doing too bad on time. If I can get in a stitch, that is. There we go. We're more than halfway done with the scales here, so we just got a few more to go. And then we can start working on some fun little design stuff. And actually, I have some ideas that we can do to save on time when we make our carousel. You guys have a different Mother's Day? I didn't know that. Did you guys know that UK? I don't know why I didn't think about it, but I guess that makes sense. I don't know why. I just thought it was like global. That's a very American-y thought of mine. This song's nice. All right, I think we got maybe about 20 more of these scales, but that's it. So we're coming down to the end now. Let's count. We got 1. No, never mind. I don't want to count. I made it to 1, and then I decided I don't want to count. Oh my gosh, I watched a video yesterday of this guy teaching his son how to do pull-ups, and then he's like, you just got to do it like this, do it like that. And then his son goes up to do pull-ups, and then his son was like, does so many pull-ups, and the dad's like, oh, you know what? I'm doing that classic thing where I tell you about a video. I feel like that's such a silly, like, thing that people do today. So I'm going to shut up because that doesn't really make any sense. I am also going to try to get into the stitch that does not want me in it. There we go. Jules and I started watching the new season of Poker Face yesterday. If you haven't seen Poker Face, it's on. I think it's on Peacock. It's very good. I really, really like it. It's got Natasha Lierzo, or I can't remember what the girl's name is. She's the girl from Orange is the New Black with the big orange hair. Anyhow, she's got a show called that's out on Peacock called Poker Face, where she's basically like a detective that can tell if people are lying and stuff. It's really cute. Well, less cute, really cool. I like it a lot. It's a very fun show. I suggest you check it out if you're looking for a new show to watch. Everybody's been telling me to watch Survivor too. Anybody in the chat watching Survivor? No spoilers, but everybody's that's it. Natasha Leone, I think that's right. Anybody in the chat also watching Survivor? I've heard like very good things about this season. I watched last season and it was fine. I was really disappointed with some of the people in the last season, but I was actually really happy with who won, so I didn't really mind it that much. Okay, so we only got a few more here, and then we're going to show off our new pattern coming soon. It's still in development, so please keep that in mind when I show you guys what I've been working on. And I'll reiterate that in a second too. We'll probably be coming out with a test for it. We wanted to do a test for it today, but I just didn't have enough time to get it prepared for for testing yet. Just because there was like a few new things that I added to it that I thought were really cute, so I didn't want to I just didn't feel like it was ready. This guy, looking very cute. She's looking real cute. Oh, running out of yarn. I don't think we're going to make it to the end, so we're going to have to use a new strand of yarn hidden in here in just a second. I don't think we'll make it. No, there's no way. There's no way. Maybe? We're playing yarn chicken, guys. Here we go. Maybe we will. No, there's no way. Or is there? Oh, I want to now. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. No. Maybe? No. It's going to be... No, there's no way. There's like 3 more rounds left. Right? Yeah, I can feel it. There's no way. Okay. So we need another strand of brown to change over to. And we're going to try to make sure that I don't think... The good thing about Club Crochet, like my Club Crochet yarn here, is that the colors look like there's no difference in color swatching or whatever it's called. So you can use one ball and go straight into another ball, and it won't. You shouldn't be able to see any difference. So that's what we're going to do. Like that. See, we just got a little bit left here. And I'm just going to cut the end of it too. And we'll grab our secondary brown. I just need a little bit, so we'll just use this little bit of it. And we'll change colors over and we'll hide the ends in later. Oh wait, actually maybe I should have changed colors sooner. Let's do it like this. Okay. Boom. New color. There we go. Oops. Fix that. There we go. All right. We're Gucci. I'm going to crochet around it one more time here. Was that you, Jimbo? Jimbo's on the floor squeaking. Again, if you can, please like this video down below. We're looking to try to get to 100 likes to untangle a new giveaway for next week. That's our goal today. We hit our first goal of 50. What time is it, by the way? 4:30. Okay. Wow, maybe this is taking us longer than I was expecting. Oops. All right. Close to the end now. Whew. That scale was like fighting me. Okay. It's definitely getting harder to crochet into this top now. My fingers are been going too fast. All right. Bob's Burgers is your comfort show? That's cute. I was just listening last night to an episode of Comedy Bang Bang, which is a show. It's like an improv show. Anyhow, Kristen, whatever the girl's name that plays Louise in Bob's Burgers. I love Bob's Burgers, by the way. I totally feel that. It's a great comfort show to have. But anyhow, she was the Kristen Shaw? Kristen Shaw? Is that right? I think that's right. Anyhow, she was on this episode, and I like her voice a lot. She's just got this nice, like, adorable voice, and I love her sense of humor. I think it's so funny. Let's try this again. Probably should have just used a needle here, but I felt like it would be easier just to use my crochet hook to hide these ends in. I did again. One more time. What a mess. There we go. There. Okay. That was annoying, but fixed. Okay. Back in Blair. Ooh, she does. That's right. She's also Mabel in Gravity Falls. I love the name Mabel. Mabel is such a cute name. Mabel would be a really cute name for a pinecone, actually. Or a gnome. What's the boy's name in Gravity Falls? I can't remember. And who does his voice? It'd be so fun to be a voice actor, I think. You know, I say that now. I bet you voice actors are like, trust me, it's not that much fun. But I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. I feel like you'd be able to do a lot of different kinds of acting, you know? You get to be things that you'd never ever be in real life. Like for her, for example, she gets to play as like Mabel, a little girl. That's cute. She can never do that in real life because she's a grown woman. I don't know. Dipper, that's it, Dipper. That's also a really good name for a goblin or a gnome. Okay. How many more? Let's do one more, maybe two. Probably just one. I still haven't glued this crochet hook. I don't know if you remember, but last live stream I was talking about how... I think we're going to stop there, by the way. Last live stream I was talking about how this crochet hook, I've been using it for so long that it's lost its glue, so it like comes out of its handle, and I have to like push it back into the handle all the time. So I just crochet... I've been using this specific hook for like 5-6 years. So I just need to fix it. Okay. All right, our pinecone is completed. Let us choose the name. What did you name our adorable little pinecone? Adeline. Oh, Adeline. You're so cute. That is too cute. I love it. Yeah, let's move this out of the way so we can get a good shot of Adeline. Adeline is just too cute. I love her. Okay, so Adeline, we need a way to get Gizmo to help carry you back. And we'll add some stuff to a snail. But first, time to show you what I've been working on as a thank you. So, I think you'll like this. Wait. There we go. All right, so I have 4 versions, actually 5 versions technically, but I have 4 versions in order of like complexity of what I've done to these. So it all started with, and again, this is not ready to come out yet. I'm like big caveat here. These are patterns that I'm working on to release on Club Crochet as our final big pattern. This is a secret specifically for you on the live stream. So thank you so much for getting the video this many likes. I don't think a lot of people are going to see this that aren't watching the live streams, obviously. So that's why I'm comfortable with showing you right now. Plus, we're going to use a kind of a version of it to make the carriage that we're going to add to our snail if I can get enough time for it. So that's why it's important. All right. So the first one I made, the idea was I wanted to make, I'm like nervous to show you. The first one that I made, I wanted to make a gnome home, and I wanted to make it really simple. So this is our first version, was just a gnome home. The idea here is it's got this little chimney so that you can not get the top all the way off, and I'm keeping just dice in this one. Okay, so this was version 1. It's cute, you know, it's pretty simple, but it's cute. Version 2, I decided to try adding, here, it's actually been on screen technically the whole time. I decided to add for version 2, I made the stripe a little bit cleaner on the top here. It's a little bit cleaner, and we did a different button door. I decided I'm gonna crochet the door instead and then add a button to it. I thought that was really cute and fun, and obviously it can come off the top too, and we can add a little, here, we'll add this little gnome in here. It's perfect because it's like the perfect size for it. So when you open it, you can actually see the little hat, which is really cute. Okay, so that's version 2. Then for version 3, I thought, oh, you know what? Let's try to make another alternate version for the door. So I decided to do a little rounded like arch door instead with a button doorknob. And I decided to try doing some bobble stitches on the top to make it more of like a mushroom looking thing. And then this one's filled with dice also. Okay, so that was version 3. And then version 4, this was Jules's idea. She said, well, why don't you add a few things to it? Well, it was my idea to add like, let me just show you. So this is version 4. Now version 4 is obviously a little bit more complicated. The first thing that I did was I added little potted plants here. So that's going to be an option in the pattern for how to make your own potted plants. I had a little like a sprout that's kind of supposed to be like the chimney is like the idea there. And then this was Jules' idea. She said, make it with the strap instead with 2 ends. So that way you could take the top off and it'll go directly back onto it like that. And I really liked that idea a lot. It also makes it like, you know, a little carrying thingamabob. So that is the little mushroom gnome homes that I've been working on. The pattern's going to be coming out soon. Cooper is helping me with editing it together and stuff. So we're working on it as soon as I can to get this out. I expect it in like a couple of weeks, maybe by the end of May, to expect this pattern to come out. We have a few patterns coming out before it, so I want to kind of spread it out a little bit. But that is the gist here, and I love it, and I think it's so cool. So first off, thank you so much for getting this video to enough likes to show that off. I was very excited about it, and I hope you like it. Again, patterns are coming out soon. I'm going to be doing a play test or a pattern test for these coming out soon as well. In the meantime, though, I know, right? Version 4 here is really, really cute. So here's what I'm thinking we do today to make the option for our pine cone to be dragged in. I'm going to do a version of these that's big enough to fit the pine cone. So I'm going to probably make it significantly bigger. I'm going to customize it completely on this stream. So I'm not going to discuss the pattern for this at all today. But that's going to be what we're working off of. But I do have a top. So technically this, oh yeah, and then I also made one in blue, and I made like a shutter thing for it, but it just didn't look right to me, I don't think. But anyhow, I made this top as like, this was actually version 1. This is before I even made the rest of it. And I think that this top actually will fit well with how big of a, because it's bigger, you know, it's a bigger diameter. So I actually think we can use this for whatever we add for the bottom part here. Is we'll make it so that it can fit this top instead, and then we'll put big wheels using buttons on it. But before I get to that though, let's go ahead and grab our snail. Should we add our harness? Yeah, let's do our harness on our snail because we know we're gonna need that. So we're gonna do a harness on the snail first. Maybe we'll do pouches. I don't know. I definitely want to do a harness. I don't know if I want to do the pouches or not. But let me pull up that pattern real quick. And we'll get started on adding our customizations to our little snail here for our gnome to be writing it. Once this loads. And again, if we can get to 100 likes today, so please like this video if you can. If we get to 100 today, we're going to do a giveaway next live stream, by the way. Okay, so I want to add satchel or satchel? No. A harness. We want to add a harness to our snail. And I don't think we want to use brown just because it'll be the same as what we did for the shell here. So maybe we do our harness in like... I'm thinking... You know what? I have a good maroon. Maybe a maroon would work. Or red. Or green. Actually, green. Yeah, let's do green. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. So we're going to use our forest green here for the harness instead of brown. So that way it doesn't clash. And it looks still like kind of earthy. Should I do sage green instead? Nah, we'll do... Yeah, we'll do forest green. This is fine. Okay. Hey, Cheryl. Thanks for joining. Blair thinks we should do it in pink. I feel like that's going to be too much, personally. I don't know. Here, let's put them to the side for just a second, and that way I have some space to crochet our harness a little bit. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then on the opposite side. Okay. Pretty easy first round for the harness. And we're going to slip stitch this first one. If I can. Okay. So there we go. We got this little oval. And then round 2. Oh, you know what? I think this is written backwards. Okay, whatever. I'll fix that after this. We got 3 slip stitches. Oh, no. I'm not wrong. I'm actually not wrong. We're going to do this again. The pattern is correct. 1, 2, 3 slip stitches. And then 1, 2, 3. No, this can't be right. This can't be right. Hold on. I think I have the pattern written wrong. Let's look on our other one here. Oh. Wait, no. Yeah, I do have it. 1, 2, 3. I do have it written slightly wrong. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to go back after today's stream to fix this. Because it's written slightly incorrect. I'm pretty sure. We're going to go... through the first... Wait. Working the unused front loop only? No. Really? Let me look at this again. Oh, yeah. No, I forgot a whole round. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have to go back and fix this. One. In fact, Cooper, if you're around and you can fix this, I basically forgot to put in like round 2 of this. You know what? It's fine. I can fix it after the stream. Don't worry about it. I missed like a whole round of writing down something. Who's a member? Blair's a member. Well, thank you so much for being a member. And so is Cheryl, and so is Twiz. You guys are so cool. Thank you so much for your support. If you don't know what they're talking about, on clubcrochet.com, you can become a member, and you get access to our full library of tutorials. It's very cool. There's a lot of perks that you get for being a member outside of just the fact that you're helping to keep this channel alive, which I really appreciate too. There we go. That's the right size. Okay, now we can make this work. So, working in the back loops here. See, I think I should do the front loops first, though. Yeah, I'm gonna make an executive decision here and switch these 2 sides up. So we're gonna go like this. 1. 3. No, well, okay, sure. Cooper, here's what the deal is. Round 2 is wrong here. I need to update round 2 and add in the real round 2 is okay. The real round 2 is single crochet 1. It's actually round 2 of the like the T-Rex head is actually what round 2 is. So it's single crochet 1, increase 3, single crochet 1, increase 3. And it brings your stitch count up pretty significantly. So that's the change for round 2. And then 3, 4, 5. Hold on just a second. Now I think I've goofed up another part. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're good. Yeah, okay. No, wait, that's wrong. I think that might be wrong too. Oh, no. Oh, no. 1, 2, and then slip stitch in the same one. Okay, because it's right in the center. Okay, I get it. All right, and then it's... Cool. And then I want to switch what is currently rounds 2 and 3 around. So round 3 is actually round 3 can stay as round 3. The current round 2 needs to be switched to round 4, and then I need to do some like slight changes in the written instructions there. You know, honestly, it's so complicated though, Coop, that it might just be easier for me to go through and do it after this, just because like, well, I think I'm having a hard time describing it while I'm trying to live stream and make it simultaneously. So I think that's my big issue. It's not really that big of a change. It's just like a little, it's just organized incorrectly. And I'm kind of surprised I didn't notice that sooner. My bad if anybody's tried to make this harness and has been having a difficult time. That's pretty cute though. See, so this goes like this, right? And then I'm gonna create this little thing that goes here, and then this all gets strapped around the body, and then we'll put You know what might be really funny? Oh, I love this idea. Okay, here's my idea. I mean, we're gonna keep everything the same, but I'm gonna do a fishing line. So our little gnome will sit on top here, and he'll have a fishing pole with a flower at the end of it, or a leaf maybe at the end of it, so that the snail's like chasing the leaf. That would be so cute. Oh my gosh, we're gonna do that. A flower is probably better. Okay, so now I go and I pull through the first unused. It should be right here. And I think this part might also be not the best. We'll see. Yeah, Coop, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll get to it myself. Oh, dude, Tammy, thank you so much for you. You're an annual supporter now? Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's so cool of you. You're amazing. Thank you so much for your support, Tammy. Wait, so that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see, this is where it's also incorrect. Oh, no, it's actually not. Wow. Okay. 1. And then this one is 1.5. And then chain 1. And then in the next one, it is half, and then a single. Yeah, so the idea here is that this creates a little spacer for like strapping the harness down, like that. And then this part gets like weaved in. And then there's 1 single crochet. Here. 3. Okay, yeah, and this round actually also is incorrect. There's one too many slip stitches in it. So it says 3 slip stitches, but really it should just be 2. But again, this is something I'll go in and fix this after today's stream. My bad though. Yeah, but you know, again, just leave it, because I'll get confused if you change it and then I go in and then I'm like, wait, what did I say again? So just don't worry about it. I'll fix it myself. Thank you though, and thank you for like your patience of even me just explaining what I'm trying to do here. 1, that'll be played, then that, then that. Actually, so this part goes right here. And then a single, and there's 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. I see why I wrote it the way I did now. It actually isn't. It isn't necessarily incorrect. I just made it differently than I did in the pattern because I thought it was incorrect, and turns out it's actually kind of fine. All right. And then yeah, I'll just do a slip stitch to connect here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so there's our little harness. I totally see what I did now. It's not that big of a deal though. All right. And now I'm going to, let's just attach, like straight up, let's just go for it. Let's attach this to our snail. I definitely do not, there's no way I'm going to be able to make another snail today in today's live stream. So we're going to go with this one that I already made. Which I think also maybe needs a name. I don't know. What do you guys think? Boom. But yeah, see, look. So here's our harness, and then this goes right here like this, right? And then we'll have our little gnome sitting on it like this, with his fishing pole of flour, and then we're We're going to use straps, and we're going to strap this down here. We're going to strap it down back here. I think we're going to use different color than green to use for the straps, though. I think that'll be kind of nice. So let's go ahead and I'm going to hide all these ends in and cut all the loose ends first. This is my favorite part of when we're crocheting in these live streams. I love the parts where we're just kind of like noodling, when I can just like let my brain do its thing and come up with ideas and skibbity bop bop ba doo be ba. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No? Well, me neither. Well, me neither. That's a good voice for a gnome. Well, me neither. What? No. It's fine. We can carry you. What's our name of our... We need a name for our snail, too. Do I have a video for a dolphin on YouTube? I do. It's based off the whale pattern, though. But it's available on the site, Blair. If you just search dolphin, you'll probably find it. It's based off of the blue whale one. It's not the most in-depth dolphin, but it does work. Okay, now we're gonna use, I want straps in a different color, so we're gonna use our like kind of silvery yarn here. Well, okay, actually, wait, hold on now. Hold on there. Sound like Baby Billy. One sec. What do you guys think about using twine instead? You know, like our options, we can either use twine here or we can use this one. I think twine might be, it's harder to, like literally harder to use, but it might be really nice as far as like aesthetically. Yeah, we're going to use the twine. I'm going to just do it. Ooh, Pokeke? Why? Where'd you come up with that name, Tammy? I like it though. Snooler? Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta start writing these down. Okay. Name our snail. Blair always comes up with like a billion names. It's so funny. Okay. All right, keep giving name suggestions. If I get good ones, we'll add it to the list. By the way, Blair, I'm not saying don't give more names. Go ahead and you can put as many. I mean, don't spam the chat, but you can do it. Jimbo, you want to name him Jimbo? No, that's the name of my kitty cat. I don't want to name it Jimbo. All right, so this is how this part's gonna go. I'm gonna start because this is where we're gonna double knot to at the end. Right? So we want to go like in here and out here. Yeah, like that. So we're going to start there like this. And we'll have this end, we'll go pretty much until we have like this long-ish end, and we're going to use this for knotting at the very end of our piece. And we want this right here like that. And essentially what we do is we can go like this and in through this side of it. I can't remember how I strapped this on before, but I think this will work. I think before it went around the back of it, actually. Yeah, you know what? It did. Hold on. Let's do this again. I like that idea, too. Hold on. Let's try this again. Yeah. We're going to come out through the top of this one. So I didn't need to undo it. That's okay. We'll leave this end kind of long because we'll use this for going to the back like that. Yeah. And we're going to fix this stuffing problem. Okay. And then this part, we're going to go around the front of our snail like this. And I'm actually going to go ahead and weave it into a couple pieces here just so it stays in place too. Actually, you know what might be best? Instead of doing that, yeah, I wonder if I have a button that could work really well for this. The problem is we need a button with big enough buttonholes. This one might work. No, the hole is far too small. It would be very cute though to like have it right here as like a place where the strap gets attached to. Doom and then doom. You know what I mean? We'd have to use something other than twine though. Well, maybe. Do you think I could fit the whole? No, there's no way. Maybe we split the twine into twine. In twine. Let's see, if I split it, will it get like really frayed though? No, actually, I think that might look kind of cute. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Man, we have a whole carriage that we still need to crochet. All right, let's try this though. We're gonna start by splitting this. Okay. This is kind of cute actually, because it's gonna make it very like a loose twine. I think that might be nice. I don't know, we'll see. This might be a terrible mistake. But we'll find out. Slow poke. I like Snoot too. Last time we named our snail Slofi, which I thought was really cute. So it's kind of fun. It might be kind of fun to do like some kind of play on slow. So what's another name that starts with like so? Like so. Is that long enough? No. Okay. I don't know if that's enough, but it kind of got frayed at the end. I don't know if this is gonna work. I can't put this on the ground. Jimbo will mess that up. Let's see, can I get this? The question is, can we get this little bit into this little itsy bitsy needle? How much you want to bet that I can't? You know what? I have another needle that might work. Let's try this needle instead. Whew, this is gonna be a tight fit though. I don't know if I can make this work. Dude, there's no way, right? I got some of it in there. Maybe that'll be enough. Can I fit this through this though? Oh, some of it. Some of it fit through. Yeah, and then we'll just go across like that. Maybe. This might work. I think there's a little bit of extra space in there, so maybe I can just thread this part on the needle too. Let's fold it over. This is so extra for like the most simple little thing, but you know, it's classic Louis. He gets a little too focused on the wrong thing sometimes. Will this needle work better? Does this even fit through the holes of this? If this fits through the holes of this, that'll work. Okay, cool. Let's do that then. All right, let's cut this. I'll get a little bit more going here. But that's pretty good. Cut this end. Give us something a little easier to fit onto our needle. All right. Let's see if we can't get this through that. I think we want it this way, right? So this is going to go like this on our snail's body. So we want it to be like, probably from the back like that. Yeah, that's good. Ooh, I love that, Crochandro. Good name suggestion. That's definitely going on the list. Hold on. Hold on. Trying to get that needle through. Come on. Come on. Nice, we got it. Okay, cool. Now we don't need this to go all the way through. We just need it like a little bit through. Also, the thread gets like crazy thick right here for some reason. Yeah, we made it work. Okay, a little bit longer, and then through this side. Hold on. We got Slowberta, that's it. And then... Oh, I love the name Iris. That's a great name. Hey, Stars. How you doing, dude? Okay. Oh, my gosh. These are all good names. Okay, wait. Hold on. Okay. Here's the name suggestions in the chat. Give us... Help name our snail. We got Sylvester. We got Pokeki. We got Tofu. I actually really like the name Tofu. It's so simple. And then Slowberta. I love Slowberta also. Honestly, any of those names will be great. So go ahead and give your name suggestion in the chat. All right, so we've got this button finally on this yarn here. And the idea is we want to go around the outside. Now, I really wanted to kind of keep this on there, so I might actually end up... Well, that's okay. And is this too long is the question? No. We can make this a little longer. Okay. All right, and then we're going to have this go around this side of it into the top of our harness here, right? Like that. Oopsies. Preferably not splitting any yarn, though, too. So let me see if I can't fix that. Oh, maybe it's just whatever. It's just going to be that way. All right. This goes like this. On the front. Obviously, we're going to do the same to the other side, but that's okay right now. So like that. And then this part will go around the back side, where we'll go through a stitch here. Actually, you know what? Maybe here's a good idea. Maybe it goes into the back side like this, and then into another button that we can use as kind of the hitch. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to go into right here and then out through right there with it. Okay. I got a plan, you guys. Sometimes it feels like I don't, but this time, I'm super serious this time. All right. Just got to make sure we have enough tension here to keep everything in place. And we'll probably need to do some actual sewing down secretly in the front here, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to unthread this yet because I want to add another button on the back that we can use as a hitch. We need a 2-hold button. That one's kind of cute. And actually says casual jeans sale, which is kind of fun. So we're going to use this one, and I'll come out through this side of it. Yeah, we'll come out through this side of the button. Like that. This is what we're going to double knot to in the end. So now we can unthread that on our needle. And now thread this one on our needle, this other side. I'm going to cut it a little shorter so it's easier for us to thread onto our needle too. Oh, that's right. I get to name it too. I'm torn between the two names there. Sure. Okay. There we go. And then this other side, we're going to go around the front into the top of this side of our harness. Ow. Try not to poke our hands. Try and fail not to poke our hands. Make it equally as taut as the other side. That's going to be really important there. That's pretty good. And we're going to keep this down. We're going to definitely sew this down just a little bit. You know, just to like keep it in place once we have everything in position. Maybe like that. And then this side's going to go in. We'll tighten this in. This side's going to go in this end. And then out through where our other side was. And then we're going to go through the button this other side of twine too. If I can get this through. We are in a fight. What's fighting me here? I think I went through the wrong thread there. But something like that. There we go. Gosh, I don't know why that was fighting me so much. Probably a bad sign, but whatever. And then we're going to go up through this side of the button. Like that. And we're going to really try to get it through there. And it's going to not let us. I know it won't. I'm going to use this here to push it through, maybe. It's a very tight fit. But we've done it once, so I know it can be done. There we go. We're getting there. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We just gotta wiggle, 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 wiggle. Nope. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Almost through. There we go. We're almost through. Nice. Okay. You know we're getting serious when Louis pulls out the pliers. Come on. Why do you fight us so? Why must you fight me? You know, maybe we just go like this. Which side of this is the long side and which side is the short? Let's start with this one. Nice. Hopefully that wasn't the side that we... Nice, it was. Cool. All right, that's what we wanted to do, and then this should come out through. Nice. Okay, cool. It worked. All right. Now we need to tighten everything a little bit. So make sure everything is nice and tight. Honestly, I don't even know if we're really going to need to sew it down. I think we're actually kind of good, which is pretty cool. It's pretty taut. Cool. Nice. Okay, and then our little gnome will be right here. He's kind of sitting a little forward though. Maybe we do need to. Maybe we'll just bring the harness in a little bit like that. So that way he's sitting a little bit back more. Like this. That's pretty good. Right? And we've got these two here. Pull that a little tighter. I'm just going to double knot these two in the back. Right there, we'll just double knot it to it. My mom's gonna love this. Okay. 1 and 2 like that. Just keep it nice and like roughly added, which I think is more accurate to what a gnome would do. Let's do the little magnets to keep our gnome on our snail. I'm gonna do a double magnet. Yeah. It's gotta be on like this. Get this one under here. And there we go. And now I should be able to remove this. You know, maybe we are going to add one more under it. So this one, that should keep our magnet a little bit more secure. And then, boom. Hey, that works. So now we've got our gnome harnessed on our snail. Cool. That's great. And then we've got this that we can attach whatever we want for our pine cone carriage. Okay. So that's our next step. We need to make a pine cone carriage for our little friend. I'm also going to put this in here just to keep our guy upright for right now. Actually, wait, no, I'm going to need that. Let's use... I'll use this one. There we go. All right, so we're just going to use this to be in there just to, like, keep our snail upright in the background. Like that. Cool. All right, so next up we want to add our pine cone... hey, thank you, Cookin' Mama. Love the name. Next up, we're gonna make the harness or the carriage for our pine cone itself. And to make our carriage, let's use. We need a different kind of yarn here. We need a new vibe for our yarn because I don't want it to be the same yarn that we use for our snail body, and I don't want it to be the twine because that's going to be impossible to crochet with. We can either use this one here, or we can use a different color. Let me see what other yarns I got. I'll be right back. It's going to be right over here. Let's see. Oh, this is it. That took me 2 seconds. That took me no time at all. We're using this one. This is perfect. It's got like variegated little vibes to it too. I think it's a lily sugar and cream yarn. It gives a slightly different texture, which is nice too. I like it. This is what we're using. Man, I'm gonna need to vacuum our grass here. Okay. So now we're gonna make a carriage with this that's big enough to fit our pine cone. And I don't know if we're going to really put a mushroom top on the carriage because that might be like really in depth. But I'm essentially going to use what I did on the bottom of our gnome homes, which you'll probably recognize from when I make like potted plants too. I use this exact same technique. So that's what we're kind of going to work off of. I make it a little bit bigger though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So hopefully this will work. This is what we're going to try with. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Esther. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, I'm going to put this one right there. No, wait, like that. 2. A little tighter. All right. Now we're cruising. Okay, so we just now we just got a lot of crocheting to do. I mean, not that much, because we're not going to make it a full carriage that with like a window and stuff. We're just going to make it enough for like just a trailer, you know, just a hitch, something to, and we'll attach buttons as wheels. I think will be a lot of fun. I might need to do something to the inside to make it a little bit more sturdy, but maybe not actually, because you'll see that it actually gets pretty sturdy when I do my round of like edging here. So we'll see. This will be fun. I'll show you a new technique that I taught myself last week too, which will be fun. All right. Hey, again, if we can get this video to 100 likes today, we're going to do a giveaway next live stream. So go ahead and give this video a like if you can. If you haven't already, that would be really cool. We are at 68 likes, which is actually pretty good. So yeah, we're not doing too bad. We only got about 72 more likes to go to get us to our goal of 100 likes by the end of the stream. I don't know if we're going to hit it, but maybe. I'll count any likes that are added to the video between now and next live stream too. So if someone wants to like it after the fact, that's totally okay too. But let's get us as close as we can during the stream. All right, how am I doing here? We got 1, 2, this should be 24 stitches around, because I'm increasing by 8 instead of the normal 6 there. So is that going to be big enough for our pine cone? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I think we need to do one more round of increasing, which is going to mean that our piece is going to be slightly floppier than I was hoping. So we might want to... Actually, maybe I should have doubled it up. Maybe I should go back and double this up, because it might be a better way to give more security to it. And also would be a way for us to make it thicker too. Oh, I got an idea. Okay, we are going to undo this though. Yeah, we're going to undo this all the way down to the first round. So we're not going to undo the whole thing, but almost. And then here's what we'll do. I don't know if this is going to work, but it might. I think it's a fun idea too, and it'll add some consistency throughout it. We're going to take the twine that we've been working with, and I'm going to crochet around. We're going to crochet around the twine like this. So we'll have the twine in there. I don't know. Gosh, I hope this works. Let's find out. We'll crochet around the twine, which I think should not only make our piece thicker, but also give more sturdiness to it all. Let's see. And I think it will make it look really interesting and unique, which would be really nice too. Let's find out. We'll just try a round or two of this. Let's close that middle up too. Yeah, I needed a little bit more structure to the bottom of this also. I don't know if you're going to see the twine through it. I was kind of hoping you would, but it's not a big deal if you can't. And let's go ahead. We'll cut the beginning one too, so it's just not in our way. Let's see what we can do here. This might be a little frustrating and annoying to work around for a long time, but maybe it won't be that bad. I don't know if we need to work around this very much after we make the base. Because like I said, I don't think our base is going to be that high up. You know, we're not going to do a full-on gnome home carriage. We're just going to do like a trailer hitch kind of carriage is my plan here. And maybe we'll put some like customization details on the trailer hitch itself, like, I don't know, lights maybe, or little mushrooms. That could be kind of cute. Yeah, this is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I'm kind of really surprised you can't see it. You know, you can't even see it through the the strands of yarn. I thought for sure you were going to be able to like see the strands, but it actually doesn't look like you can, which, I mean, you know, it wouldn't have been that bad if you could, but it's also kind of nice that you can't too, I guess. Let's see if this adds any thickness to it. If it doesn't add thickness, let's see if it adds any, it's definitely adding structure. I can feel the structure, but I don't know if it's going to make this circle much bigger than where we were at. So if it doesn't, I'll just add another round of increasing to it. Looks like we're making a really big cookie right now and makes me hungry for cookies. I want the cookies. I want cookies, please. Hold on. I'm untangling our... This is unfortunately making just a bit of a mess from the bottom part. But we'll just keep it on... Oh. Hold on. I need to untangle this real quick. So this needs to go through there. Like that. And back down it. There we go. All right, we're untangled. Yoink. Wow, only 17 more likes? No way. No way, I don't believe you. Wow, you're right. Cool. We're pretty close to unlocking another live stream next week. That's pretty neat. Not a new live stream, a giveaway. All right, so this is where we were at last time before I went back. And it doesn't look like it's gotten much bigger, so we're gonna go another round of crochet here to make our trailer hitch a little bit bigger of a base. 2. One. And then we're gonna need to add buttons on it. I'm gonna need 4 buttons that are the exact same of each other to add, and we'll make those into like basically wheels on the side of our trailer, right? And then I think we're doing pretty good. I like where we're going here. And like I said, we're not going to add really tall walls to this trailer like we would if we were making it a full-on gnome home. We'll keep it relatively like short. That way it doesn't cover up our oh shoot, what did we name our pine cone? Someone needs to help me here. We named our pine cone, oh, Abigail. No, start with an A. Adeline? I think it was Adeline. Let me know if I didn't say that right, but I'm pretty sure it's Adeline. If they've been scavenged by the gnomes, would the buttons necessarily match? That's a very good point, Kristen. It's a very good point. I think all we need to do for the buttons then is maybe less so making them match and more so making them the same-ish size. Okay, so that's pretty good there. Like, we need the buttons to be relatively big, too, so that it doesn't drag on the bottom too much. But, next up, I think we don't need this. I don't think we need the twine anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the twine. And now I'm going to add a base to everything. I really like this method. So basically, I'm just going to slip stitch into the front loops all the way around. And it's going to create this little tiny lip at the end of at the bottom of our little, I don't know, what is this, base here? And it gives more security, like it keeps it more sturdy, but it also gives a more clear, like, edge to our piece, which will be really nice for when we want to add our buttons to it. It'll give us something to really sew it on, which will be nice. Yeah, Adeline. Okay, so we got Adeline, Gizmo, and we haven't finished naming our snail yet, but the vote is going... Oh, it looks like one name is definitely on track to winning. But I'll be patient, just in case. Let's go ahead and get this twine put away so that it's not tangling up our yarn anymore, which it currently is. There we go. All right, we'll just put this twine to the side. Okay. That. Oh, I'm sorry. Our goblin got made. Hey, Tina, I don't know if you gave a name for your little goblin, Tina. Did you name your goblin? I can't remember. I have a lot of things that's going on in my brain right now, though, so I'm not super surprised that I didn't remember. You know, sometimes it's so weird. I've gotten to the point now where I can crochet in front of a camera so easily and talk simultaneously that sometimes when I'm recording a video tutorial, I'll go through the entire recording of a video thinking about something completely different. Like I'll be thinking about like, I don't know, like an email that I need to write or like a idea for a puppet. And I'll think that the entire time I'm recording a video while I'm talking too. Like I'll be like, and next round you're going to do this, next round you're going to do that. And then I'll realize at the very end of the video that I'll be like, oh my God, oh crap. I was not thinking at all while I was recording that. Did I mess up? And then I'll rewatch it and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't mess up. That's wild. It's crazy. It's like a really weird little hack. My brain has learned how to run 2 programs at the same time, basically. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. I'm gonna go like this, and I pull it through right there, like that. And waste not, want not. You go back into this loop, and we chain 1, like that. And then I just start crocheting around there. Boom, easy. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom of our structured bit there. And then the top here is going to be... I will make it a little bit wide. I mean, he's going to sit in there pretty nicely, though, I think. So I could probably just go up around and then just do like a little hitch thing at the very front here. And it probably wouldn't be bad. Or... we make it a little wider. Dennis, good question. Dennis asks, how do you make the pot for the sunflower? I'm guessing you're talking about the one in the thumbnail of this video. That is actually the pot for the bonsai tree. So if you find the bonsai tree pattern, that's what I used. You can find it by just going to clubcrochet.com/bonsai, Dennis. 1, 2, 3, or going to the website and just searching it. That either way will work. So maybe it's like that, and then I increase so that it's like a little bit wider. No, but maybe, you know, let's just try it without increasing it at all, and just instead just doing single crochets around, with like a spot for what's the word? A spot for the harness, a spot for the hitch to go to the harness. That's the word I'm looking for. Around, yeah, getting pretty close now, actually. Do one more stitch here. Cool. I'll cut these two loose. Like that. Okay, now I think this is where we want the harness hitch. Just make sure. Will our pine cone fit in this well? Yeah, actually, I think that's going to fit just perfectly. So that, like, on this side, you'll see there should be, like, just enough of a lip so he won't, like, roll around and away from it too much. I think that's good. I think that's good. Because it kind of like naturally has like a flare out of wideness, so we don't really need to worry too much about that. I'm going to now chain, let's do 3. 1, 2. You know what? Can I do a chain and pull through a button? Not a button. You know, I had one down over here somewhere. No, a bead. That's the word I'm looking for. Can I pull it through a bead? Oh, hey, I was looking for this. Oh my gosh, I was totally looking for these. Here we go, guys. What are we going to roll? Here, we'll do it on the thing. Hey, a 19. That's pretty good. Okay. I was looking for those earlier. All right. We wanted to... What am I doing here? What am I doing? Where am I? Who am I? What? What year is it? No, you know what? We don't need to do what I'm doing. I just realized that won't work anyhow. We're gonna do essentially just chain up here. We're basically, I'm trying to make something that we can sew a button to. So I'm gonna chain up 3 there, and yeah, I'm gonna skip 2 and. You know what, I'll half double crochet. So I'm going to skip 2 and I'm going to half double crochet into that back loop there. That way it creates like this little tiny lip kind of thing. And then I'll just keep crocheting in the front loop. So it's like that. There. So now we'll have like this kind of tiny little lip there, which I can put a button in the top of. And then we'll create just a strap that goes from this to the button in the back of our snail. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my mom's gonna freak out when she sees this. It might have been nice to crochet around that twine for this round also to give more sturdiness to the to this edge, but I don't know if it really is gonna matter too much. I hope it doesn't, honestly. But let's see. And then the last one right there. And then I'll slip stitch to connect. Like that. And we have our little platform. And we'll just go ahead and, yeah, I'll just cut it loose. And I'm just going to hide this end in. Okay. The top part. It'd be funny if I had a bumper sticker for this, but I mean, obviously I don't have anything that can work with that, but it'd be really funny if there was a bumper sticker. Okay, so here I think is a good trailer hitch where our pine cone can go on it like that. We just need to add wheels to this and maybe straps to keep our pine cone down a little bit, like tied down. And then it's going to go on that. So this will be carrying it. And then we just need, so we need a button to hold this down. And then we need 3 or 4 buttons for wheels. That's what we need still. So let me go grab our big old box of buttons. And we'll take a sip of coffee. All right, we don't necessarily need these buttons to look the same, But we do need them, at least the front and the backs, to be relatively the same sizes. So I'll just start pulling out buttons that I think will work. What are these ones? No. This one could work, right? Like this button? Maybe. That one might work. Is this one the same size as our green one? Okay, well these buttons are actually the same size, which is kind of nice. Let's see. This one the same size too? No, that one's too big. Okay, we got another orange. Is this one the same size? Hey, all three of those are the same. What is this one? Oh my gosh, this one's humongo. Humongo bungo. Alright. We got this cute pink one. Ooh, another cute pink one. Another orange one. Actually, orange and pinks are all the same size. And, oh, cool, we got another blue one that works. One for the hitch. All right, let's try those out. Are you gonna stay there or are you gonna totally fall over? Definitely fall over. Okay, here's what we got. I'm kind of pro these ones personally, because it'll be like this, you know? So it would go button in there. Unfortunately, I think that the buttons are gonna be kind of like curved in a little bit, but whatever. Right? Like, whatever. Or, we do a stick. We do a stick through this button to the other button through the inside of this. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, wait. Where do I have thin sticks? We need them pretty thin, like, they're not sticks is what I'm looking for. They're more like skewers. Like this. Will this fit through the holes of our buttons though? Oh, these do. This does fit. Oh my god. Okay, that's what we're doing. If I can find what thickness this is of a stick. Okay, be right back. I need to grab those. I think these are the right sizes. It might be too thick. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe these ones are too thick. I might need to find different buttons to make these ones work. Let's see. Can I just really shove them through? No. Dang it. Hold on. I gotta go look again. Maybe I have some down here, though. Because sometimes I keep them like... Yeah, wait. I think I know where they are. I just grabbed a whole bunch. Are these ones the smaller ones? I can't tell. Let's see. This one feels small. Let's see. I mean, the tip obviously can fit in there, but can the rest of it fit in is the question. I don't know. I might need to like cut them down and shave it off to make it work. Actually, you know, we could do that though. That's really not that big of a thing. We just might want like a glue or something to keep it together. I just don't usually like using glue, but we could try it. I got these super glues we could use. I just need to be really careful when I use super glue. And I don't even know if this is a good idea or not. I wish they were all this thin though. It's just like very subtly more thin than what I'm currently using. And it fits perfectly in the hole of the button. Which is nice. Let's see. Oh, wait, is this one also that thin? Wait. I think these are from the same thing. Oh, perfect. Okay, wait, I think I have literally the exact... Is this one also that thin? I mean, obviously that side fits in. Oh, wait, this is pointy on both ends. How much can I... If I really get it in there, can I... Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be like this, then. We go through this. And then into the corner of one of these buttons. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't know if this is the right size. It is a really tight fit. You scared the crumbs out of me. Oh my god, you look so cute, though.
So I wouldn't scare you. Can I say hi to everybody?
Yeah. Come here. Say hi. Look how cute she is.
Hi. What's happening?
She's got a little cute pigtail.
Don't ruin them. What are you?
So here's what we got so far. We got the snail's name is oh wait, they're naming it right now.
Oh.
This is the snail's name right now. Looks like it's going to be Sylvester.
Sylvester's good.
He's got a little hitch on the back and his little... I use twine because I think it looks cuter. We've got our... obviously, we've got our gnome. This is Gizmo.
Hi, Gizmo.
And then we've got our pinecone named... something with an A. I keep forgetting.
He's in trouble. He failed the test.
And then this is our trailer.
Okay.
That he's going to go on.
I see.
And then right now we're trying to figure out how to add wheels to this. My current plan is that these sticks are going through and then jammed into the buttons.
But are the buttons then not going to rotate?
Yeah, the buttons were never going to rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decorative wheels.
Yeah. Well, they'll still work. They'll just be dragged.
Like wheels are supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess I could try doing I could try sewing something so that the button was perfectly in the center of the wheel, but that kind of sounds difficult.
I don't know how you're going to do that with 2 holes. What you're doing is going to work just fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm pro these ones personally.
The orange ones?
I think they look...
Do you have 4 of them?
Well, yeah, they're different colors.
Yes.
So.
I like, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you going to an open mic?
I'm going to an open mic.
Joel's going to open mic.
I'm going to go sing.
We'll go break everybody's legs.
I will. With my guitar.
Go break everybody's legs with the guitar. Bye. Have fun. Oops, we dropped Tina's goblin. All right. Let's get back to it. Adeline. Its name is Adeline. Oh, dude, Nicole. Nicole. Don't. Text me after this, Nicole. All right, let's go ahead and get these buttons on here. I think we're going to do it like this. I really think these are going to work. This is broken slightly, so we need to, be careful with these because they could for sure break off. But I think it's super cool, right? So, all right, so let's first get them through the actual bits like that. Okay, again, we need to be really careful when adding these because I do not want to break the only sticks that we really have here. Maybe like here? Like that? Okay. Right, and then other one back here. Right, so it's like this. I love this. I feel like I'm definitely, and there's another universe where I'm for sure a gnome. But in this universe, I'm closer to a goblin or a hobbit. A goblet. Like that, maybe? That's nice because now they're like straight still. And it does definitely give some more structure to the bottom here. Now, moment of truth. Can we jam these buttons into the actual... No, not this one. Not these. I like these little ones more. Feels like I've got chips for playing gnome poker. But I think we're going to go with these bigger ones because I think this thing will actually fit in them. Let's try it. Okay, we're going to pull that in a little bit, and then we're just going to... We got 4 different colors. That's totally cool, I think. There we go. Nice. Okay, so there's one. And we'll push it pretty close in there. It'll spin. Check it out. It'll spin. It'll just be like slightly off center, so it'll be like a really bumpy ride. But I think that'll be I think that'd be really funny actually. Okay. And then we want this one in this side, but we need it shorter, so we need it to cut it. Let's use our big scissors even though we shouldn't be. These are my big boy scissors, but I really don't like to use them on things like this usually because it does dull the scissors, but what are you gonna do? There we go. Let's go with green on this side. A little bit further. Nice. Okay, and let's just make sure that it's lined up with the other one. Hey, it totally spins too. It doesn't spin well, but it definitely spins. And I think we can kind of like skew them out just slightly like that. Nice. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. This is going to be so cool, dude. Okay, next up we need the back wheels. So we're going to do something similar. I'll keep them like that. Okay, let's get this one out a little bit first. And then do some finagling. Maybe. Okay, a little bit further. This is not the same stick. It's just barely thicker. I'm most worried about the other one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit another one on there. But you know we're going to try. Alright. It's got to be cut closer too. It's okay if the back wheels are further away from the front ones too. Actually, it's probably smarter to do. So I'm going to make it a little bit further away. That way like it'll spin and it won't get in the way of the other wheel. Okay, now, you know what we're going to do? We're going to be clever about this. We're going to trim the edge of this down slightly so it's just a little bit easier to fit into the hole. You know, we like kind of like sharpen it, if you will. Here we go, moment of truth. Nope. Let's try this again. Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, it worked. Look. I mean, obviously it's not going to roll very well, but it worked. I think they're too far away from each other, though. I think we need to get them closer together. So I need this one in like pretty significantly. Can I twist it all the way to there? Maybe. Maybe. Or are we going to have to cut it and reattach it? Both of those are definitely a maybes. No, this is going to be too tedious. We're going to take it off. And we're going to cut it to the same shape. So we need it about to right. Actually, yeah, about right where that line is. Like right like this. I probably should have cut these both to be the same like size in general, but whatever. Okay. All right, let's try this again. It's actually like a lot more difficult than it looks. Almost there. I can feel it just barely going in there. I just need to like there. Look at that. We got it in there. Okay. And then we need it like the same way as the other one. Also, I think the other one over here could go in just a little bit further too. Nope, it can't. I'm not moving that. Okay. We got our wheels, I think, guys. Let's maybe we make them go upwards a little bit more so it's sitting up a little bit higher than the back. Or than the... But look at that. That totally worked. I mean, it looks silly. Definitely looks silly, but it looks like gnomish. Then this guy goes on there like that. Now we just need to add a button to the front of this that can attach to the hitch in the front of this. Okay. So we need, I think we need a bigger button than that on the front of this. That's really like, that's similar maybe to the other one. So maybe we go with like a more of a wooden button. This one's pretty cute. Yeah, I like that button, right? Yeah, I like this one. Okay, so we're just going to sew this onto the front there. We need our needle here. Let's just make sure that this fits through the buttonholes. It does. And I think we'll just use... I have some green thread. It doesn't really matter. So let's just use green thread here because I have it available. And oopsies, I dropped our needle. You know what that means. It's time to search for the needle. So that I don't step on it later. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There it is. Found it. There we go. Will we ever get the tree pattern in the background? I want to use it for stitched props. First off, Galaxy Knight, you rock. Thank you for making stitch. Second off, it's on the website, baby. These patterns are actually, look for the Christmas tree pattern. That's what that is. It's the Christmas tree pattern without the ornaments. It's available on the website, and yeah, you just need a membership. But if you got one, that pattern's on there. All right. Boom. We're gonna go across. I always like to do my buttons crisscrossed like that. Some people like to do them like two lines straight across, like two parallel lines. I think that looks weird. No, but really, I do like to do the crisscrossy method. I think it's a little bit cleaner. Bloop, like that. Okay. This music's kind of perfect for what we're watching, or for what we're doing right now, by the way. All right, see you later, Crescendro. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time. Okay. Yeah, so we want it over here-ish. And then through that. Like that. Okay. And I don't think we need this button like really attached. I mean, like obviously we don't want it to fall apart, but I don't think I need to double it up or anything like that. I think one is probably fine and probably what a gnome would do anyhow. So we're gonna go ahead and go with that and double knot it here. And then we just need to make a strap for attaching the two sides. Easy. That should not be hard at all. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, dude, you need to stay up there. Just stay. I'm not even asking you to do that much. I'm just asking you to stay. All right, cool. So we've got our little carriage. We got our carriage, we got our steed, we've got our cargo. Now, we just need something to connect them together. But that's literally it. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Okay. So now we need something to attach this with. I think our best move is to just simply make a chain for this. Make it easy. Keep it simple. Let's do a forest green, so that way we have some connection to the harness too, which will be nice. So I'm just going to create a chain. I'll start by making a loop. So this first part will be the loop that goes around our button on the hitch to the trailer. So like this. And I think that's probably small enough. Let's see. Will this fit around that? No, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. We don't need it to be a really tight fit. We can just make it loose. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 7. I think 7 should be enough there. So now we have we have like a little circle there, and we'll just put that circle around the button itself like that. Boom. Now we've got something attached there. Cool. And I think I'm just going to make a long chain, however long we want the hitched or the attachment part to be. And I'm going to try to work around this tail just to like kind of get it hidden like that. So I'll just keep like weaving it in and out of the chains. I think that's a good idea. I don't know. It's worth a shot. Hopefully yeah, you know, it's kind of nice because it thickens up the chain a little bit too, which is nice. Now, how long do we need this to be? We probably don't want it to be too far away from the snail, but we don't need it to be really close either. Oh, that's right. We have one more thing we want to add to this at the end. We need to add our fishing pole for our snail to have incentive. All right, that's probably good. Now I need to chain enough to go around this. I think that's probably going to be like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try 9. That might be too big, though. No, that might work. Okay. Let's try it. So we're just going to connect this together to this stitch with a slip stitch. Like that. And now we have this like little, this little 8 thing. 8? I don't know why I said that. It's not an 8. It's like a little loopy thingy. That's the technical term, a loopy thingy. Let's make sure this fits around this. Otherwise, I need to recrochet this all. Yeah, that'll fit. It's going to be a tight fit, but it'll fit. All right, so now let's clean up our station a little bit too. Get these buttons out of the way. And stay. Okay. All right, now we just need to hide this end in. We only need 4 more likes to get our video to 100 likes to unlock a giveaway next live stream. So if you haven't yet, please like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. That'd be cool. You don't have to, but it'd be cool. but it'd be cooler if you did. All right, we're gonna go and hide this end in as best we can. I don't think it really matters too much, though, to be completely honest with you, because I don't think you're gonna see it anyway. And the great part about making these gnomes and stuff is that the stitches and stuff being messy is kind of aesthetically works really well, so I don't really care too much. But I think that's probably good. I'll go ahead and cut it relatively short there. I don't want it to come undone. Yeah, nice. Okay, so now we go, and here's the moment of truth, you guys. First, we button this end, this end to our hitch on our snail. And we make sure it goes over that. Like that. Okay, so there's our hitch connection to the snail. And then we connect this end to the button on our trailer itself. Like this. Nice. Yeah, nice. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Okay, great. That's great. Okay, and now we just place our pine cone in the trailer. Oh, it even, oh my gosh, it's actually turning the wheel too. It was. Oh my gosh, it totally did. That's so funny. That's definitely not going to be the case, but that's funny that it even did that for a second. I love that. Okay, last thing to add to our beautiful snail rider is he needs a way to incentivize our snail. Duh. So we first need a leaf. And we're going to make a leaf out of sage green yarn, which I have somewhere. Where is it? Well, no, I want legit. I want sage green, straight up, that I use for my goblins. I can't believe I don't have just like it loose somewhere. Oh well, we're doing a whole new ball for this because I don't have the energy to go find a new one, and I don't care because I'm gonna use it to make a bunch of goblins anyhow. All right, so last thing we need to do here is we'll just make a really simple leaf. I'm just gonna ad-lib this from the top of my noggin. Could you see the gnome with hanging chimney if you have a moment? Yes, 1 second. I can absolutely show you that, Coop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, is that big enough for a leaf? Oh wait, we wanted a flower. Oh, that's okay, we can do both actually. A leaf with a flower. We'll slip stitch, and single. Yeah, we can do both. And then we'll do a triple 3. Yeah. We'll do 4. Like that. And then I'm going to work in this top right here. We're going to go 1. And maybe 2 right here. Right. I'm trying to work into the back of these chains just so that it leaves like a little line in the front, which will be nice because it'll like look a little bit, tiny bit more like a leaf, I think, if I do that. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. Wow. Come on. Nice. Boom. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, I think that's probably good for a leaf, especially if you have a little flower on it too. I've got about a gazillion sticks. Before they cause buddy. Do you guys think that the name Snail Incentive is a good band name? Snail Incentive? Snail something. I feel like we got an idea for a band here. Oh my gosh, a band of gnomes? We should totally do that too eventually. Like a bunch of gnomes in a band with little gnomish instruments. Oh my gosh, there's so many things we need to make, you guys. We are going to straight up have a village. I need to make a village. I need to have somewhere in this house. It needs to be commandeered for Gnomeland. Alright, I don't know if that was really the best way to do that, actually. I think that's going to look like a mess. Yes, it does, so we're going to undo that. Let's try that again. Alright. We're going to try this again. We're going to go around the outside, around the outside. Like that. Okay, back into there. And then we just want to add a little flower to this. That's it, you guys. Nice. Okay, see? So that's nice. You know, it'll look really good with a flower on it, too. Looks appetizing for a little snail, I would say. What about just Snail's Pace? Snail's Pace could be a good band name. I don't think I've ever heard that as a band name, so that'd be good. Okay, so there's our leaf. Perfect. I love that. That's exactly the kind of thing we want for our leaf. Next, we want a flower on it. Super simple. I'm just going yellow for the flower. We haven't used it yet anyhow, so it'll look pretty good. And we're going to you're going to love this. If you don't know how to make a flower, this is the easiest way. You create a magic loop like this. Super simple technique here. You chained one by making the magic loop, so now I'm just going to chain one more. And then I'm going to half double crochet in the magic loop. Like that. And then I'm going to chain one. And I'm going to slip stitch in the magic loop. And I'm just going to keep repeating that all the way around. So that's chain 2, 1, 2, half double crochet 1, chain 1, slip stitch 1. And that's how you're making her petals. I'm going to make 5 petals. Usually flowers are around 5 petals. Some flowers are different, but a lot of them are 5. I'm going to also pull this a little tighter just so it's a little bit easier for me to manage. But I love this technique for making flowers. It's just the easiest. It makes it so quick, so much easier than anything else that I've found. The problem is you don't have like a center of a flower using this method, but honestly, that's whatever. We're making tiny flowers anyhow. All right, so that's 5. And then you pull, well, first we cut the end here. And then I'll just pull this end through like that. And then I go back into the center with that end. These. And then you take this tail end, and we're just going to pull it so that it tightens the flower up into a little circle. And then we'll pull this other tail. And we'll just kind of like squish all of these to be more flowery. I think that's pretty good. You know, that looks like a flower to me, right? I can make it smaller, though. It may be more flowery. No, I think that's pretty good. I think it gives the gist of exactly what it is. It's a flower, you know? I could use like a white bullion knot in the center to be like your center of the flower, but the center of flowers are usually yellow, whereas the outside is like a different color. So maybe we make another flower in a different color? Nah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna be a stinker. I changed my mind. We're doing a pink flower with a yellow center. We're just gonna use a bullion knot in the center of this. And we're gonna do the, I might even make it even simpler. Yeah, we're just gonna do chain 2 single crochet 1. Will that make it too small though? Chain one single crochet one. That'll make it way too small. Yeah. Okay, we'll just do it the same way as we did the other one. What should you crochet for your mom? Go to, oh, Snailians is a great band name, Erica. I love that band name. Blair, go to clubcrochet.com/mom. There's a link at the top of the chat right there to take you right to it. Those are all of our patterns on the website that I think are pretty good for Mother's Day gifts. You probably want to make something quick-ish since Mother's Day is coming up so soon, but I would say, I don't know, does your mom have a favorite animal or a favorite, I don't know, what does your mom like? A rose? Yeah, flowers are always great. There's a good rose pattern on the website. The sunflower pattern on the website is perfect in my opinion. Highly suggest the sunflower if you can. Right. Okay, last petal. One, stitch one, pull it tighter, cut the yarn, pull that through, pull it through the center, and pull everything tight. Like that. Pull that center tighter again. Okay. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll do a little yellow dot in the center of that. I'm gonna tie this in. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna double. No, yeah, we'll. What's the best way to do this? I guess it'd be to just attach it straight up to this. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna attach this to the leaf first. It's so funny how extra I get sometimes in these live streams, especially near the end of the streams. I'm always like, wait, it needs more things because I don't want to say goodbye yet. But we're almost done, you guys. Thank you for sticking around for so long. Super long stream today. But I'm pretty confident to say that I think my mom's going to absolutely love this. She said, you can make me a snail. That's how she said it. Maybe a snail? And I took that and I went, actually, here is the most intensive snail carriage you ever did see, Mom. I love you. Happy Mama's Day. She's gonna love it. I'm excited. All right, so we got a flower on a leaf. I'm just gonna double knot this and cut it really close on the inside here. And I don't think we're gonna really see it. I hope we're not gonna see this knot. That's what I'm hoping. Just like that. Nice. That's pretty good. I could probably hide these ends a little bit better, but whatever. Whatever, let's be lazy. And then last thing, we're gonna add a little, I'm actually gonna use a long end here because we're gonna use this also. Maybe I'm not actually. I was gonna say I was gonna use this for the string, but I don't think I'm going to. And I'm just gonna go in through the center of that like so. I'm gonna come out through a stitch kinda like this. And we're gonna make a bullion knot, aka a rose knot. 1, 2, 3. Or a French knot. It's also called a French knot. And then you go into a different stitch so it's actually sewing to something. Like that. And then we just pull everything a little tighter. Tighter there. Pull it. Oopsies, I messed up. Let's try that again. Still need a bumper sticker that says slow down. Oh my gosh, totally. Are Smurfs gnomes? I feel like Smurfs are like mutated gnomes. They're mutant gnomes. Or maybe they're just gnomes like from a different place. Because I think we decided on a previous stream near Christmas that Santa's elves, I believe, strongly, are just gnomes with no beards. And they're just saying that they're elves, but they're not really elves. It's like a marketing ploy. There we go. We got a little button thing there. So it goes like that, and it makes it into more of a little flower. Right? Okay. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing as we did with the back of the petal. I'm just gonna double knot here, cut close, and hope that no one notices it. I don't think anybody will. Or care. Just nice and close there. Kind of tuck it on the inside a little bit. More. Yeah, you can't even see that on the inside anyhow. Okay, great. Last thing we want to do is attach this to a stick. So luckily we've got a bunch of these sticks that I pulled out earlier. So we want this to be like, I don't know, something like that long. We're going to cut it shorter on this end, but first we'll cut this end short. You're going to like this. So we're just going to cut this. Oh, that was crazy. Then what I like to do is I like to create a little notch. So I take my scissors here in the very end. See if I can get it focused. Yeah, like that. I go into the end here and I just twist it and it cuts this little notch like that. See? We'll do it again a little lower than that. And the reason we do that is because it creates something for our knot of what we're going to add here to connect our flower. It creates a place for it to stick to. I'll use our smaller scissors here a little bit. You just want to be careful not to accidentally like snip the stick itself. I'm also going to round the top of this a little bit. Nice. Okay, so now we have got this little stick with a little tiny notch in it. And then we need, I think white, right? Just a little bit of white thread. Finish this up. We don't need very much. There we go. Okay, a little bit of white thread here. We'll start by threading this onto our needle. And we're going to go into, I'm just going to start by going into the side of, actually, you know what? No, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start by making a slip knot. That's what we'll do. Make a slip knot on this end. Okay, so now we've got a little knot that we can place on the end of our stick there, and then just pull it tight and it'll tighten around it. And it shouldn't come undone. I'll pull it really tight though. And then we can cut this end because it's a knot. And then we'll do the other end, we'll sew on. Yeah, we'll just sew this onto the flower itself. Oh my gosh, did we just finish the second music? All right, that's fine. We're just about done anyhow. I'll just restart it. Okay. All right, so last bit, we're just going to sew this into our flower and add it to our gnome, and then we'll be done for the day. And we got to end. Oh, we also need to end the vote for what we named our snail. I wonder if it's changed because we got a lot more votes than I was expecting. Like when I first saw it and I was like, oh, that's the name of our snail, it was like 30 votes, but I didn't end it, so things may have changed. Okay, how long do we want this? Oops. Well, the stick needs to be pretty long. But we don't need this that long. I think it's about like, honestly, like that long maybe. So this goes into the arm. Maybe. There we go. A little lower. Like that long. Yeah, that's good. Just be free. Be free, snail. I'll fix you in a second. In and like that. Okay. See this again. That's pretty good. Ah. Like that. Cool. And then I'm just going to double knot it to it. Oh, maybe not. Sweet. Okay. Nice. Cut that close. I don't think we need this any shorter. So now we have our final piece here. Here we go. And look. Now he's got a little flower to coax the snail to move. Right? It's beautiful. Oh my god, you're so pretty. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can't get a better angle too to show you this guy in a little bit better, with a little bit better of a view. But we're done. All right, what did you name our fella, by the way? Wow, close vote. Sylvester. Okay, so we got Gizmo the Gnome. Hold on, Gizmo the Gnome. Here, let me see if I can't get a better... you know what? I'll do it like this. We're going to go like this. There we go. Okay, we got Gizmo the Gnome with Sylvester the Snail. Adorable. And then we've got our cute little Abigail. No, not Abigail. Gosh, I keep saying it wrong. It's Adeline. Adeline the pine cone, and our adorable little carriage that's connected to the back of our snail there. Oh my gosh, I love them. That's so cute. And then look at the front of our little flower there too. I don't know why it's hanging that weird way, but that's okay. So cute. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for joining today. Hold on, sorry. I know it's getting crazy there, but that's pretty good. Okay, great. Really quick, this is for Cooper because Cooper asked to see this pattern again. So again, I am coming out with a new design very soon for a gnome home, which looks kind of like this. So keep a lookout for that. And this is the little stem for you, Cooper. Kind of looks like this, you know? And then this part comes out like that. And you can either have it hanging like this, so you can just like hold it, or you can just have it like short like this too. Okay. All right. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love this. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would crochet again. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you joining for today's live stream. I know it was pretty long. We're going to do the giveaway next week, Blair. Thank you for asking. But we hit our like, we were aiming for 100 likes today. So if you want to like this video, please like down below. But we did hit our goal. So we're going to be doing a giveaway next live stream. I'll be live again next Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think we're going to be making a new design, or we're going to be working on owls. We might be making our owl burbs. So keep a lookout. If we're not doing that, we might be doing bonimals, or we might be doing a new pattern. So I'm not really 100% sure yet what that next week's live stream is going to be. But again, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to not miss it, like this video down below, hit subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with new live streams. Again, if you haven't checked out our newest pattern for our pine cones, Perry the Pine Cone, it teaches you how to make a pine cone. It's a free pattern on the website now, and it teaches you how to make your pine cone so that they can turn into a little pouch so you can carry stuff in your pine cone, which is just too cute and perfect for Ren fairs if you're going to one. Thank you guys again for watching. Pasta la pizza, happy hooking, and I'll see you next week. Oh my gosh, stop. No, you hang up first. Oh my gosh, no, you're making me blursh. Bye, everybody.